ever since the preseason. They had a close scare last week. They were down 25-0 over Toms River High School East, but they came back in the rain to pull the game out 26-25. And right now, visions of the playoffs are dancing in the Indians' heads. But tonight, standing in the way, are the Golden Eagles of Central Regional High School and a renewal of an old rivalry which hasn't been played on the football field in several years. Hi everyone, I'm Ken Turpin. Our Channel 8 telecast tonight is at Gulick Field, Toms River High School South, and the Indians of Chippewa-Barca come in 7-0 against the Golden Eagles of Gary Carmody over at Central Regional with a record of 4-2-1. Gary Carmody worked with Chippewa-Barca on his staff when Chip was the head coach at Keensburg High School. And as far as this rivalry, back in 1958, I should say 1956, when Central Regional opened their doors, they drew their students from old Toms River High School, which of course now is a school you're going to see tonight, maroon and white, Toms River High School South. So that started off the rivalry. It's been a good one over the years. And as I said, they haven't played now in about 3 or 4 years due to the fact that Central dropped down to B Division when the school split with Lacey Township, Toms River South in A Division. Right now, Bob Strange, the former coach of Red Bank, is going to tell you what to watch for tonight from the Golden Eagles. They try to spring an upset. Bob?
Well, as you said, Ken, Central Eagles come into tonight's game 4-2-1, and Coach Gary Carmody's club last week defeated Monsignor Donovan 22-13, led by a quarterback, Chip Chevalier, starting for the first time. Chip threw 2 touchdown passes to Glenn Lowther, and he was instrumental in winning that ball game. They also had some brilliant running from a young running back, number 34, Rob Holleran. He's looking like he's going to be one of the better young running backs in the whole shore. Number 64, Mark Nicholas, the middle linebacker, is receiving a lot of attention on defense. He and John Bushell, who's an awesome pass rusher, give Central one of the better defenses in the shore. They're going to have a very difficult time tonight containing the overall speed, especially at the peripheral positions for Toms River South. Central will have to play ball control and not commit a lot of turnovers if they want to stay in this game. As far as a spot to play Toms River South, Central's probably got the best spot on the schedule to do that, playing South right after last week against East and before they go into the playoffs. It looks like it's going to be an exciting game.
Bill Rank, and of course, coached many years here, 4 Toms River South. 2 years ago, he was on Chippewa-Barca's staff. And now he comes back for his debut on Channel 8 as far as telecasting a game here at Detweiler Stadium.
Yes, you're right, Ken. This is my debut at Detweiler Stadium, and I'm excited about tonight's game. The Toms River South Indians, first in Ocean County, first at the shore, first in the state Star Ledger, consistently in the top 10 in the metropolitan area Daily News. A superb high school football team. Hey, last week, like you said, down 25-0 early in the second quarter. The coaches, the players maintain their poise. They score a touchdown just before the half, and they explode for 3 touchdowns in the second half and come back and win the game 26-25. I've been around high school football a long time, and I think it's the best comeback victory I've ever seen on the high school level. As far as individuals are concerned, yes, you've heard the popular names: Applegate, Carney, Dickerson, Terry, and Mr. Coach LaBarca's son, Chip. But you also have a number of other people really performing well for the Indians. For example, tight end Ricky Clark doing a fine job. You got 160-pound center Paul Vecchione. You got 2 blue-collar working guards in Danny Foy and Frank Dardis. On the defense, you have some hard-nosed, determined people like defensive tackle Alan Swain, linebackers Ricky Bell, Billy Conover, and safety Mike Muller. What you have here is a team possessed with a lot of discipline, a strong, intense desire to succeed, but most of all, character. If it's not Tommy Sataris, the split end, catching the pass on 4th down and 11 against Jackson, maintaining his poise and pitching it to tailback Vinny Muse for a crucial touchdown late in the game, it's Brian Wilkinson, the right tackle, making a key block. On the defense, you got Pete Lamicella making a clutch interception in the end zone against Jackson. Or you got defensive end Tony Benjavenia harassing the East passer into an interception. It's truly a team effort. South has been tested severely 3 times this year. Middletown North, Jackson, and East, and all 3 times they've come out with success. So they've been to the crucial stages, and they've survived the true test. I look for a good football game tonight. Central's a neighborhood rival. South has a lot to play for. They are the #1 seed right now. Provided they can win tonight, they go into the South Jersey Group 4 playoffs with the home field advantage and the #1 seed.
The Indians and the Golden Eagles will be back for the kickoff in just a moment.
What a great evening.
Look, I had to tell you, right now, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm a married woman.
That's okay. I'm a married man.
Happily married?
Very happily.
Oh, me too.
Well, happy anniversary.
An anniversary ring of fine quality diamonds, the gift that says you'd marry her all over again.
Available at Corinne Jewelers, 917 North Main Street, Toms River.
Hi, I'm Bart, your Eagle Home handyman, and I'm proud to tell you that we've been serving our friends in Ocean County for over 35 years. We have 5 stores for your shopping convenience with an Eagle Home handyman at each location. We carry quality merchandise at competitive prices, and we provide service. We do everything from cutting keys and glass to free deliveries, and we'll install many of the products we sell, and we'll always do it with a smile. So come on down to any of our Eagle stores. We'd sure love to see you.
It's smart to use electrical appliances safely. When using appliances near water, the receptacle should be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter. The GFCI will protect you by tripping if there's a problem. Many newer appliances have plugs with one oversized prong. This polarized plug is a safety feature and should only be used with matching receptacles or extension cords. Dimming lights are an indication of a circuit problem. Take some load off the circuit, and if dimming continues, contact an electrician.
Even people who ride in limos stop at Burger Chef in Pine Beach. And even people who ride in limos like the speed, quality, convenience, and yes, even the price to be found only at Burger Chef.
2 big chefs, 2 pommes frites, 1 large Coke, and 1 Diet Coke. The master is watching his weight.
So get dinner for 2 for about $5. Come dine with us. Burger Chef, Route 9, Pine Beach.
We're just about ready to start tonight's football game here on Gulick Field in Detweiler Stadium. Toms River South already on the field in their home maroon and white football uniforms. Central Regional across the way around Coach Gary Carmody in the white with the gold trim tonight. Central will go left to right on your screen, and the officials for tonight's ball game, Bob Strange, has the crew.
All right, the referees, Jack Russell, umpire Frank Farrell, head linesman Jim Clevenger, field judge Howie Dombrowski, and a timer Bob Fairweather, veteran crew.
I'm Ken Turpin. Also, of course, here in the booth with us tonight is former Toms River South assistant coach Bill Rankin. And we are glad to be in the press box. It is a very, very cold night tonight. And the wind has picked up during the pregame warm-ups. So wind chill factor has to be felt tonight by these football players. Toms River South will receive this kickoff, and the game is now underway. It's a short kick. Bouncing around, covered at the 18-yard line, and no return. That's where the Indians will start the ball game. Let me give you the set lineup here for the offense for Toms River South. The quarterback is number 11, Chris Applegate. Brian Dickerson and Anthony Terrier in the running back positions. The flanker, Chip LaBarca, he wears number 20. Tom Soteris, number 88, the split end. At center, Paul Vecchione, he's number 52. The guards, Frank Dardis, number 61, and Dan Foy, number 65. And the tackles for the Indians, Brian Wilkinson, number 79, and John Whistle, number 78. Applegate is ready to go with the offensive play. First of the ball game from scrimmage. Terry is the ball carrier, and he's stopped after about a 2-yard pickup trying to go around the right side of the Eagle defense. Let me set the Eagle defense. Skip Kochi and Mike Weinbell are the defensive ends for Central. Kochi 47, Weinbell 53. The defensive tackles in the 4-4, Matt Parks, number 72, and John Bushell, number 76. 2 strong veterans. The linebackers, Dean Halstowski, Mark Nicholas, Don Schatz, and Dean Tierney. The defensive secondary twins, Dale Gibson and Don Gibson at the cornerback positions, and Kevin Arnold at safety for Central Regional. Second down, and we'll call it 9. Applegate to throw. He's sacked. Good heat by the Central Regional defense. Applegate never had a chance to spot his receiver. As soon as he turned around, Central Regional's defensive ball player was there. Mike Weinbell, the right end, with a sack for the Golden Eagles. 8-yard loss.
Brings up a third down and 18 here, or thereabouts.
Central defense looks fired up. Mark Nicholas on a first tackle, and then a sack.
High formation. We have twin wideouts to the near side. Applegate on his draw to the tailback. Central Regional was not fooled whatsoever. John Bushell was there. What do you remember about John Bushell? He's a senior now, Bob, but 2 years ago, you remember that name?
He came in as a sophomore and had about 4 sacks in one game. He was all over the field. He's an excellent pass rusher, has good speed, runs the 100 and a 200 in track and field.
5'11", 205. John Bushell with a stop on that play. And that game Bobber was referring to was down at Southern Regional 2 years ago. Toms River South will have to punt from their end zone. And it's going to go straight up. It's not going to go far. Central Regional, fair catch called for. And they are in excellent position. Kevin Arnold just took that ball and didn't take any chances of risking the field position there with a fumble.
Ken, I had mentioned before the game that this was a great spot for Central to play South in because it would be tough for South to be ready for Central mentally. Central comes up with a big break early and gets the ball on about the 26-yard line.
I'll give you the offensive lineup for Central after this play. The quarterback is Chip Chevalier, a sophomore. Good hole there. And number 34, Rob Holligan, burst through. About an 8-yard gain on the first play. Let me give you the lineup. Chip Chevalier had a great game last week. He's now a starter. He didn't start last week. He's a sophomore, number 22. The quarterback, Dean Tierney, 31, and Rob Holligan, 34, the running backs. Glenn Laufer, 14, at flanker, and Kevin Arnold and Dennis Schmieder alternating at split end. Joe Pepe is over the ball at center for Central Regional. Second down and 1. Straight ahead, the Golden Eagles looking for the first down. Tierney. Now it's Holligan again looking for the first down. I'll give you the rest of the offensive unit for Central Regional. The guards are John Bushell and Clyde Canup, number 77. At tackle, Sean Swayze and Matt Parks. We mentioned Parks on a defensive unit. Vinny Frulio, number 88, is a tight end for Central. They got the first down. This is a first down play at the 15-yard line. Well, once again, they run up the middle.
Tierney running right up the middle.
Let me give you the Indian defensive unit. Brian Hartnett and Tony Bentavegna at defensive end. The tackles, Mike Kennedy and Alan Swain. Hartnett is a veteran. Bill Conover, Ricky Bell, and Chris Reichel gets a start tonight for injured Russ Thomas at outside linebacker. Pete Lamacella and Frank Caldwell at the corners. I'll give you the safeties in a moment. Second down and 8. Flag on the play. The dive goes straight ahead, picks up about 4 or 5 yards, and let's see what the penalty's going to be. While we're waiting for that, the safeties for Toms River South. Probably the best safety in the state. I haven't seen any better. Otis Carney, number 15. He is the leader of that Indian defense. And playing next to him, Mike Muller.
Illegal procedure against the Eagles on the play.
Central ran a long count looking for South to jump, but it was a Central lineman that moved, and it nullified about a 5-yard gain. So it's going to be second down again in about 12 instead of a third down about 2.
So far, Central seems bent on pounding the middle of the South defensive line.
Ball's on the 17-yard line of the Indians, and 3 men for the Golden Eagles on that offensive line jumped off sides. And it looks like it's going to come against Central Regional, another 5-yard penalty here. So the Eagles are killing themselves right now.
They were down, Ken, to the 13-yard line. All of a sudden, they pushed themselves back outside beyond the 20.
We got a second down coming up and 20 yards to go, 19, 20 yards.
All right, they come out in the I formation. They have a slot to the near side. Now they go shift into a split backfield. Chevalier to throw to the near side. Got a man at the 20. gets loose, 15-yard line, and knocked out of bounds. The receiver on the play, Dennis Schmieder. Bill, you said this kid Schmieder, a junior, had quite a game last week.
Coach Steve Healy was telling me the other night that Schmieder made 5 catches against Monsignor Donovan. Here's the play. Chevalier, little roll to his right, little flat pass to Schmieder. Schmieder breaks a tackle and takes it down the sidelines.
I've known his dad for quite a while. He was a service manager over at Ideal Olds before it became Pine Belt Olds, and I've known his dad for quite a few years. So Schmieder having a good year for the Golden Eagles. Well, they pounced off that right side, but the Indians stacked it up. On the bottom was Hartnett. And Tierney was looking for some running room, didn't really get any.
Kind of a strange call in there on a 3rd and 8 to come with the straight dive play. They had good yards on it earlier to the opposite side. They turned the play around. The Indians just shut it down.
We have a field goal attempt. They'll put the tee down at the 17, so this would be a 27-yard attempt by number 32, sophomore Adam Walsh. The holder is Roy Ames.
No good.
And Walsh is no good with the attempt to put 3 points on the board. So we have no score. 6 minutes and 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Central can't afford to let that happen. They had a break early in the game. This Indian club will wake up and come back. They've got big guns and can score in a hurry. Central misses a golden opportunity there.
And we have a penalty here. He moved that ball, Bill. Did you see? It's marked on the 20.
Ball's on the 20. Missed field goal.
Yeah, missed field goal.
All right, they bring it back out to the 20. Let me mention the crew tonight. Our director in his last directing assignment here on Channel 8. He's moving on to bigger and better things is Mike Redfield. And I'll give you the rest of our Channel 8 crew in a moment. Applegate fakes the draw. Comes to the near side. Dickerson has it. Dickerson running hard. Run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So there's a first down for Toms River South. Kevin Arnold, the safety, finally made the stop on Brian Dickerson.
Little play action in the backfield. Applegate rolling to his left and lofting a nice little pass. Here's the replay. Sets up, lofts it to Dickerson, and Dickerson, nice block there by Ricky Clark. Dickerson running it tough down the sideline.
Our chief engineer tonight is Steve Fox, and the rest of our crew, we have John Cappuccino and Jeff Simons working cameras. We have Joan Kerwick here tonight, and one of our newcomers is Rob Watts, production assistant tonight for Channel 8. Here's Anthony Terry, and Terry coming around the near side, gets up a couple of yards, and looking for a hole, and Central Regional had nice pursuit to the near sideline.
Anthony Terry's coming off an ankle injury. Didn't play too much last week against East, and I'm sure he's hungry to have a good ball game tonight. Vinny Muse replaced him last week and did one superlative job.
4-yard gain by Anthony Terry. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Toms River South Indians at their own 44-yard line. You're watching Clear Television Cable Channel 8 in Toms River, the high school football game of the week. Applegate runs off a long count, gives it to Dickerson. Dickerson turns it outside. Now he cuts back in. He's got a hole, and Dickerson on the move. First down, Toms River South, down the 35-yard line of Central Regional.
You know, Ken, it wasn't the greatest block in the world, but Anthony Terry neutralized his man, and Brian Dickerson cut off his block and proceeded to gain about 30 yards. Here's the replay.
Now you can see Dickerson. He cuts outside a block and
cuts
breaks
it back.
2 tackles.
Frankie Dardis, number 61, with a good block downfield, enabling Dickerson to get about 7-8 more yards.
Toms River South Indians on the move here late in the first quarter after Central Regional had a big break early in the game and couldn't capitalize as they took a Toms River South punt deep in Indian territory, but could not put any points on the board, with a field goal being wide and leaving Central scoreless. Applegate on the roll, throws to Dickerson. Dickerson's got it. Dickerson looking for some movement. He was looking for some room. He was looking for some blockers, and he might have sprung it if he'd gotten 1 or 2 blocks down that near sideline, but it's another first down for Toms River South.
Here's the replay. Chris Applegate rolling left, lofts it to Dickerson once again in the flat, and Dickerson makes those tacklers pay when they hit him, or I should say he hits them.
First down inside the 20-yard line at the Central Regional 17. Toms River South knocking on the door right now. I formation. Vinny Muse is in at tailback. He is a youngster, a sophomore for the Indians. Muse gets the call, and Vinny Muse, we've heard a lot about Bill Rankin. He's a great track runner last spring. What about him?
He has a lot of talent. I was very impressed with his performance last week against Toms River East. Down the stretch there in the fourth quarter, Coach LeBar could give him the football, and he ran it tough, and he performed very well for a young sophomore. I see a lot of improvement in him during the course of the season.
All right, Muse wears number 41. He's 6'1", 175 pounds. Right now, he's out of the ball game. Anthony Terry back in there with Dickerson. Terry on the left. They faked to Dickerson, Terry, and now it's a quarterback rollout. Nobody over there for Central, and finally they run him out of bounds, but he's inside the 5-yard line.
Chris Applegate with the play action in the backfield, rolling to his right. He saw the green, and he took it for about 15 yards. Here it is.
He was looking here. He had number 83 open out there, but saw he had the lane. He saw Ricky Clark, and instead Ricky Clark, when he saw Applegate tuck the ball under, threw a block for him and got him all the way down inside the 5.
You know, Chris is better known for his passing, but he has a pretty good set of wheels, and he can burn a little bit when he takes that ball.
Indians first down. Flag in the air.
That was Terry.
Touchdown. Terry went in, but no touchdown.
Terry in motion.
Indians looking mighty impressive on this drive, haven't they? I just tore up big chunks of yardage. Looking at my stat sheet here, they came down. They got 19 yards, 4 yards, 18 yards, 18 yards, 3 yards, and 12 yards. They've ripped off.
The field position has changed drastically in a short period of time.
Central blew that golden opportunity early. You can't do that against a talented team like the Indians.
First and goal for the Indians. Applegate throws, and it's broken up by Central Regional, intended going right over the middle, and I think he was trying to hit Sataris, although there was a couple of maroon shirts there.
He also had young Chip the Barker in the corner here. It looked like he was going 2-on-1, trying to flood the left side.
And Chippy was out in the flat, and you had Ricky Clark and Tommy Sataris over the middle there.
Second and goal for Toms River South. 3 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the first quarter. No score, but the Indians really threatening right here. Applegate keeps it, rolls, and fires on the run. Touchdown, Toms River South. Anthony Terry on the reception, and we'll call that. You want to give us a distance on that one, Bob?
1 yard.
1 yard touchdown pass. Time and the score, 3 minutes and 51 seconds of the opening period.
Chippy LaBarca was deep in the flat that time, and Anthony Terry came out underneath, and Chris got him the ball.
All right, Chris Applegate will attempt the extra point, and Otis Carney does a holding. They fake it. What's going on here? Look at Carney going in, and Otis Carney has 2 points.
Otis is one fine athlete. I'll tell you, he loves running that football.
Last week, Toms River South, I mentioned on a pregame, down 25-0. There you see the fake, and there you see Carney going in. Toms River South came all the way back. They tied the game up on a touchdown, 25-25. They had to kick the point to win the ball game. It was raining. There was a high snap with a wet football. Otis Carney did a heck of a job as the holder, pulling the ball down and teeing it up so Applegate could win the football game with a kick.
You know, Ken, you're absolutely right on that one. I don't think many people realized what a play that was by Otis, but he got that ball down, and Chris booted it through to win the football game.
All right, Kevin Arnold is the center back for Central Regional to return this kickoff by Toms River South, as the Indians have taken an 8-0 lead here. And also, I might mention Kevin Arnold, a 3-year veteran for the Golden Eagles of Central. He's been a safety man and a wide receiver, and he's a real good athlete. He's also a baseball player.
You know, Ken, Arnold is a good athlete, but getting back to that touchdown pass, that's Chris Applegate's 20th touchdown pass of the year.
And
20 touchdown passes, only 7 interceptions.
Applegate will also kick off for the Indians. Arnold fumbles the ball and falls on it at the 20-yard line. So Central Regional going on offense 80 yards away.
John Zupa, the first man down there for the Indians, number 21. Good performer on the kickoff team.
That touchdown drive by South Kent took 8 plays in 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Here's the kickoff. You can see it's dropped, and then very wisely just dive for the ball, not to take a chance and make another miscue down there.
All right, Golden Eagles, first play from scrimmage on this series. They come out in the eye. They shift into a split backfield. Chevalier hands off the left guard behind the blocking of Canup and Parks.
Chris Reichel, number 58, and Mike Muller, senior, number 10, in on the tackle for the Indians.
Bill, you mentioned Reichel in there starting tonight at outside linebacker. What about Russ Thomas? What's wrong with him?
He's got a problem with his Achilles tendon. Russell Thomas has done a fine job all year. He's a senior. Chris Reichel is a junior, and he's coming on strong for the Indians.
All right, Eagles again shift out of the eye. Chevalier hands off. They go straight ahead looking for a first down, but they're going to be short by about a yard or two. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like about a yard and a half short of the first down. Now it is a first down. From here it didn't look like it, but the officials got a better angle than I do. So first down for Central Regional, and they come out and they move the football, and they're operating at the 30-yard line. Chevalier, quick pass over the middle, incomplete. Intended for his tight end, and that's Vinny Frulio, who is a good athlete, 5'11", 185 senior.
Otis Carney on the coverage for the Indians. You know, last Saturday I went up to see Rutgers in West Virginia, and I'll tell you, Ken, I can just picture Otis playing big-time college football. In my mind, he can do it, no doubt, and Division I schools seem to think so too.
Well, I think he's the best defensive back in the shore.
2nd and 10 for Central. Here's a hole and a first down for Central Regional, and they bring it all the way out to the 47. Rob Holligan, 175-pound junior, number 34 for Central Regional. Watch this play. They open it up. Watch the play.
Just a really quick handoff. They've been running it to that side all night, and Holligan picks up about 17 yards on that.
Holligan met Mr. Carney as Carney makes the stop. Central Regional first down. They keep shifting out of that eye into that split backfield. Well, that time, number 42 made a hit. Bill Conover, and I understand Billy Conover is really having a great year since they moved him to linebacker from defensive back position.
That's his best position. He's gotten bigger and stronger, and I think his teammates referred to him as the hitman, and he proved that nickname correct on that play. I'll tell you, he stuck him on the dime and flattened him out.
Number 42, 6', 175-pound senior Bill Conover. He was our player of the game last year as a junior. Now Dean Tierney, fullback, and he's running hard, but he's short of a first down. Dean Tierney goes 5'7", 165, and I think Bill Rankin's saying John Bouchel threw a block there. Is it?
Central that time ran a trap play with their right guard, Big John Bouchel, trapping. Nice little execution. Otis Carney with the stop for the Indians. Nice little hole created by Bouchel.
Central's offensive line, Parks 260 at tackle, Bouchel 205 at guard, Swayze 235 at the other tackle. They got some good size. Chevalier, the quick out, and it's overthrown. Intended for Dennis Schmieder. 4th down for Central Regional coming up.
I just wondered, it's the second time throwing the ball's got them in trouble. They've been running those quick handoffs. They rip up the field. They were 3rd and 3, and they come with that outside pass. He was open, but the ball was overthrown.
We talk about Otis Carney, what a great athlete he is. He's also a basketball player, and he returns the punt as well. And Bill Rankin mentioned he loves to run with that football. Otis Carney dropping deep. And Central Regional a little confused here. They call timeout as their punter, Vinny Frulio, the tight end, looked around, didn't like what he saw. I don't know if they were short a man.
They were missing a man. Halloran, number 34, wasn't in the game, and very wisely, Vinny called the timeout.
So we have 56 seconds left to go in the period. 8-0, Toms River South over Central.
Talking about Otis Carney loving to run the football. Well, he's a threat to go all the way every time he touches it, returning these punts. And some teams will insist on keeping the ball away from him, like Toms River North. They just wouldn't punt it to him.
I mentioned on a pregame visions of playoffs jumping in the Indians' heads, and if they do go to the playoffs, which seems a certainty they will be in it, right now this game tonight means a lot as far as home field advantage. If the Indians lose tonight, I think they'll still go, but they'll lose that home field advantage for both games. We will be covering playoff action next Saturday wherever the Indians are going to be playing. Fruio punts it towards the far sideline, and they don't want Mr. Carney to get his hands on the football, so no return
rolled out
on
of
the
bounds
play.
On about the 21-yard line, Ken.
You know,
the playoff picture, Bill, right now we hear names like Penn Saucon, top rated by the Philadelphia Inquirer in the South Jersey area. I think you mentioned Camden's in the picture, right?
Provided the Indians win tonight, it looks like they're going to play the winner of the Cherry Hill East Camden game tomorrow. Now, if Pemberton were to lose tonight to Toms River East, then South would play Pemberton next week, provided they win tonight.
So South will play Pemberton right here next week. But they got to have East get a win tonight. Central Regional is in that backfield, and they break up the play.
And Mr. Bouchel.
John Bouchel is playing a good game.
On a stunt that time.
For Central Regional.
Broke in clear on a slant, and he picked him off. He had a lot of blockers in front of him, too, that time.
Well, Steve Healy, the defensive coordinator, coached for you, Bob, at Red Bank. You ought to be able to think along with Steve once in a while.
Yeah, Steve's very talented. He's a good assistant coach. Probably the best thing he has going for him. He's an excellent motivator of young men.
We'll call it a 7-yard loss. 2nd and 17 for the Indians. Out of the I formation, Applegate throwing the short pass to Dickerson, and it was over his shoulder. He couldn't reach it.
They like that flat pass to Dickerson tonight. I guess keep running until Central stops it.
There's another player for Central who's come out of nowhere this year and is having a great senior season. Mark Nicholas, number 64, left inside linebacker. And I know his father very well. He is Dr. Nicholas in Forkett River. And Mark Nicholas really, from what I've been told, has been playing some super football all season for the Golden Eagles. He's at left inside linebacker. 3rd down and long for Toms River South. Applegate to throw once again. And that one is almost picked off, was it? He had his...
No, it was trapped, Ken. It looked like he trapped it.
You couldn't tell from here.
Oh, it looked to me like he had...
Don Schatz was the man who almost picked the football off. The right inside linebacker, 6 foot 185, a senior. He wears number 55. So dropping back for Central Regional, Kevin Arnold, along with Don Gibson. We have twins in that secondary. Dale Gibson, number 80, and Don Gibson, number 24. This is Don Gibson to the near side to return this punt. Frank Caldwell gets the snap, boots it from his 10, takes a couple of bounces. Whoa! That was kind of dangerous. Arnold fielded it on the bounce, and he was hit immediately.
Excellent coverage by the Indians. That ball was a low line drive kick, and you would have thought that the back would have had some time to return it, but excellent coverage by the Indians.
You know, Frankie Caldwell, that's 2 high snaps he's taken from the Indian center. Second time right here, he took his time a little better and got off a better kick.
That is the end of the first quarter with a score. Central Regional trailing Toms River South 8-0. You're watching Channel 8. We'll be back in a moment.
Do you want to make your evening count? Why not explore the activities provided by Ocean County College, your community college? The Ocean County College Community Education Department offers 90 credit-free courses per semester for personal and professional growth at all ages. The Robert J. Novins Planetarium and the Ocean County College Fine Arts Theater offer many evenings of exciting, enjoyable performances for young and old. Credit courses are available on the main campus as well as 7 extension centers throughout the county. For more information on Ocean County College, call 255-4000. Remember that the future belongs to the educated, and Ocean County College is a place where happy endings begin.
This is the time. This is the place.
Notice the rising prices of Japanese pickups? Instead of the Toyota SR5, I bought a Ford Ranger STX. It's quality built. The Toyota Turbo can't beat Ranger's V6 for power, and the Ford Ranger STX was over $1,900 less than a comparably equipped SR5. You got a yen for better value? Buy the Ford Ranger STX.
Take advantage of your last chance for interest deductions. Your Quality Plus Ford dealer is the place.
If you have a flair for fashion and an eye for design, then PJ's Shoes is the place to shop. PJ's has the newest new shoes in leather at affordable prices. You'll never find plastic or vinyl shoes at PJ's to cramp your style. Whether it's casual or evening wear, PJ's has the shoe just right for you, and all at under $40 a pair. So walk in style with PJ's Shoes, located in the Brookside Plaza between Vaughan and Washington Avenues on Route 37 East in Toms River. Even people who ride in limos stop at Burger Chef in Pine Beach. And even people who ride in limos like the speed, quality, convenience, and yes, even the price to be found only at Burger Chef.
2 big chefs, 2 pommes frites, 1 large Coke, and 1 Diet Coke. The master is watching his weight.
So get dinner for 2 for about $5. Come dine with us. Burger Chef, Route 9, Pine Beach.
All right, we are back, and a quarterback, Chevalier, really under some pressure as he attempts to throw the football, and he takes a big loss.
That is Brian Hartnett's forte, number 99, excellent pass rusher, senior. He was also helped out there by Tony Benjavenia, first-year football player, transfer kid from Jersey City. Benjavenia had a real good game last week against East. Hartnett, a big boy, mobile and quick.
He's been around a few years, too. We've seen him do that to a lot of quarterbacks.
Loss of 10 on the play, 2nd and 20 for Central. Ken Turp here bringing you the play-by-play. Bob Strangi and Bill Rankin providing the color commentary tonight. Clear Television, cable channel 8, Toms River, the football game of the week. Toms River South and Central Regional. Well, they tried to go to the far hash mark, and Schmieder took the football for the completion. He's back past the original line of scrimmage, picks up 11 on a play, and it leaves Central the 3rd and 9.
Schmieder looked like he could have picked up a few more, but he was too anxious to get going and had some trouble, lost his footing. Looked like he could have picked up another 5 or 6 yards.
You know, Bob, that was a nice little completion by the Central quarterback. He hummed that thing in between a couple of South defenders, zipped it right in there.
Slot formation, far side, backs in the eye. They pitch to the tailback, going around the far side, and that ball is across midfield.
Central that time running the pitch to the teeth of the South defense.
Mention a new ball carrier we have in there. He's been in there. It's the first time I saw him carry the ball. Victor Hill, he's only a sophomore, 5'5", 145. So here's Central Regional, set the punt. Frulio, no rush. Toms River South. Fair catch called for by Carney at the 20, and that's where Toms River South will take over the football. By the way, you know, you hear so much about this well-rounded Toms River South offense. Chip LaBarca, an offensive genius, really, and the things that he dreams up. He's got a veteran team, and he can do more things with a veteran team offensively. Bob, we were kind of comparing him to the Central Regional team of 71. With Robbie Keys, John Kilmurray. Last week we were talking about it, Bill and I, over at the East-South game.
Well, he's got probably the best skilled people in the whole shore at the positions he needs them. Even his son is number 20 out here. He's spread out to the bottom. You kind of know he's going to be open one of these times.
Well, look at this determined effort. Looked like Terry was stopped, and now that's Dickerson, and he kept fighting, and he got probably 3 or 4 more yards than he should have got on sheer effort. So very close to the first down marker. I believe it's going to be 2nd and less than a yard.
You know, Dickerson, he's like a high school version of Jim Brown. Big and strong up top, runs over tacklers, and he has good speed also.
We're in the second quarter, 8-0. Toms River South in the lead. Flag is thrown before the snap, which either means an equipment problem or somebody lined up offsides or South delayed the game.
Maybe someone didn't have their mouthpiece.
Offsides, he signaled offsides against South. He's pushing them back 5 yards.
Makes it second and what, about 6?
Second and 6, yeah.
You know, that Chip LaBarca's son, little Chippy, he has a knack for getting open, and what a pair of hands, I'll tell you. He's got real good speed.
Dickerson cuts it outside using his speed, and he's back. Well, I'd say he's got a first down easily. He does. So Dickerson just turned on his speed, picked up the first down to the near side.
Yes, he did turn on his speed, but here comes the replay. Little handoff. Dickerson takes it outside and cuts it back and breaks that tackle before he's stopped by a couple of
Somebody made a good block on Skip Kochi there. You saw it on a replay, but I couldn't tell his number. But he held Kochi up and enabled Dickerson to get outside. Kochi, the left end on defense for Central Regional. He faked the sprint draw, throw to Dickerson. He juggled that ball, and let's see if they called a completion. I think they're going to give him credit for the completion before he went out of bounds.
Give him a completion. They're going to move it up and it's going to be about a 5-yard completion.
I just mentioned Skip Kochi. His dad, Butch Kochi, played for Central Regional in the 60s, the mid-60s, was an offensive two-way tackle for the Golden Eagles. He played on one of the Golden Eagle teams that beat Brick Township on Thanksgiving Day. Brick didn't lose too many of those games on Thanksgiving Day. Butch works for the Sheriff's Department right here in the end zone, the new jail here in Toms River. Look at Dickerson. He carries a couple of players. You don't think of Brian Dickerson as a power runner. You think of him as a breakaway threat, but he's got it all.
He certainly does. He's the closest thing to Jim Brown on the high school level that I've seen in a while. You know, you got to give credit to the offensive linemen in there, too. You got Little Vecchione at center, Foy and Dardis at the guards. John Whistle at the left tackle. He's coming on strong. He's a junior. And the offensive right tackle, one of the Bruce brothers, Brian Wilkinson.
First down Indians, and they have the football at their own 44-yard line. LaBarca in motion. Fake to Dickerson. The short pass, complete at midfield. Anthony Terry run out of bounds. And he is going to pick up 7 on the play. And the Indians, again, moving the football. I'd like to mention here's the replay. Mention a sad note. We were all saddened to see the end of the career at Rutgers of Danny McHarris, the former Toms River South All-State running back, who suffered another serious knee injury. We'll talk about that in a moment. Second down and 4. Again, LaBarca in motion, midfield. Anthony Terry, he could not get the first down.
You know, big part of the South game plan looks to me like they want to throw the ball in the flat. You have Dickerson catching a couple passes, Terry also. That time, right guard Frankie Dardis leading the play for Anthony Terry off left tackle.
Third, and we'll call it a long 2 for Toms River South, just into Central territory at the Central 47-yard line. So the Indians looking for a first down here. Wing to the right. Dickerson gets the first down, lowers his shoulder, bowls over number 44 for Central, Dean Halstowski, the left outside linebacker, and got a couple more yards. I mentioned Danny McHarris. Looks like he's just about done, and it's a shame his injury last week for Rutgers. There's the first down by Dickerson.
You know,
Danny had one bad knee they operated on last year. He sat out the year. Now his good knee went.
I went up to the Rutgers West Virginia game this past Saturday, and wouldn't you know that Danny got injured the week before.
So we wish Danny a speedy recovery, and it's a shame that his football career has come to an end. Well, here's Clark. Ricky Clark on the pass from quarterback Applegate, and it's another, let's see now. Very close to a first down. I think they're about a yard short. Second and 1, 9-yard pickup. There's the replay.
That's Ricky Clark's 19th reception this year, and that puts him over the 300-yard mark. He averages about 17 yards per catch. Chippy LaBarca leads the county in receiving. He has 24 for 446 yards, about 18.6 per catch.
I'd like to mention also we wish Bob Massari a quick recovery. He was in an automobile accident, the head coach of the Monsignor Donovan Griffin football team. He is not coaching tonight. And he is, I believe he had an injury to the sternum, a broken sternum.
He's got a cracked sternum, and his wife has a broken hip, I believe. His wife's going to be in the hospital 5 to 6 weeks.
Well, we wish both Mr. Bob and his wife a real fast recovery. We hope Bob's back on the sidelines next week. And if you'd like to send Bob and his wife a card, I'm sure you can send it care of Monsignor Donovan High School here in Toms River on Hooper Avenue. All right, Toms River South, they measured for the first down, and no first down. I would say it's less than a yard, Bill.
Really, it's a couple of inches.
So let's see what South does. They can maybe play around on this down here, maybe go for a bomb. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to play it safe.
They're in a tight formation.
Dickerson gets a nice hold. Dickerson to the near sideline. Dickerson stepping right on down that sideline. Let's see where they're going to say he went out of bounds. He was tight roping it. And I believe they're marking it around a 16-yard line. First down for Toms River South. Watch the way Dickerson goes down the sideline.
You can see him cut through. He's got a nice hole, breaks outside there, and he steps out of bounds right there. Good camera work.
Brian Wilkinson, the offensive right tackle for the Indians, number 79 with the down block, and offensive right guard Frankie Dardis with the fold leading up through the hole. Also number 20, Chippy LaBarca with a nice block, helping to spring Dickerson.
LaBarca goes in motion to the far side. Anthony Terry to the, well, they're going to down him on the 10-yard line.
Well, you're looking at two quality running backs here. You know, an arm's not going to take down Dickerson. One simple arm's not going to take down Terry either. They're constantly fighting for that extra yardage.
Little counter trap that time for the first time from the Indians. They've been coming out and running with their power game, and then all of a sudden run that little counter, and he almost popped it.
5 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the second quarter, 8-0 Indians. Indians trying to add some more points on here before halftime. Dickerson behind Terry. Maybe to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, third down, I think.
About 2. So Toms River South sitting on the Central Regional 10-yard line. They need 2 for the first down. And Applegate wants a timeout Indians at 5 minutes and 10 seconds of the second period. So Chip LaBarca will go out and talk to his offensive team himself. Let's mention Chip's staff here at Toms River South. Bill Rankin, you coached with him. You ought to know him by heart.
Well, you got Chippy LaBarca, the head coach. You got Vinny Iacula, who handles the line. Lynn Lloyd handles the receivers on the offense. On the defense, you got Chris Johnson coaching the front 4. You got Billy Wilbert with the linebackers, and you got assistant head coach George Basso with the secondary and overruling the defense. With the freshman team, you have Coach Mark DeVoe, the head freshman coach. You got Dave Scarpa and Butch Harvey.
By the way, the Central Regional freshmen defeated Toms River South 7-0. And Central Regional has had 3 outstanding freshman teams in a row. So looking ahead to next year, those kids are going to be all together on the varsity, so they should be pretty strong next year, Bob.
Central's much improved in the last couple of years. They got a lot of young players out there. They're getting better each year.
All right, here we go now. 3rd and 2. Dickerson to the 6. That should be a first down. It's going to be very close. Let's see.
Looks to me like he got it.
He's got it, yeah.
The official says yes. First down, Toms River South.
Down at about the 6.
That's been a very good play for the Indians. They pull the right guard, Frankie Dardis, and lead up off tackle, off Brian Wilkinson, give the ball to Mr. Dickerson, and it's a powerful play.
All right, here comes Toms River South now, looking for the touchdown now. It's 1st and goal.
They threw down here on first down before.
Anthony Terry.
He's in.
Anthony Terry is not in.
Nope.
He was tripped up around a 2-yard line, fell forward, should be very close to the 1.
It's funny, that hole opened up, and the timing looked so perfect. He hit it clean, and I thought he was in. And then all of a sudden, great reaction by the Central defense, and closed it off. Stopped it.
Tom Soteris bringing a play, and here's the replay.
Watch the replay. Watch Terry. Cuts up nicely in right there. I thought he was gone, but good play by the defensive secondary.
Same play to the opposite side. Left guard Danny Foy doing the kick out.
2nd and goal from the 2. Touchdown, 2-yard run. Dickerson on the touchdown for Toms River South. And that now makes the score 14-0 Indians. 4:06 of the second period, the time of that score by Dickerson. There you see number 29, the senior running back, 3rd year as a regular with the Indians, number 29.
That gives Brian Dickerson 68 points on the year.
All right, the Indians set up again for the kick. Now remember, the last time they faked this, and the holder, Otis Carney, took off. Billy Conover is a snap man. This time Applegate kicks it, no good. So the score remains 14-0, Toms River South. Watch the replay of the touchdown.
You can see Dickerson cuts up, lowers shoulders, and powers into the end zone, just the way you coach him.
Coach Chip LaBarca liking that play tonight with Dardis doing the pulling and kicking out and leading up through, and Brian Dickerson running the football.
Central Regional, of course, in B Division play. So these two teams I mentioned renewing the series. They haven't played since Central Regional was in the A Division with the Indians. And then Central Regional was laying it on Toms River South because they had Musselman at quarterback and Stacy Hall. They were loaded. And of course, that was before Chip LaBarca came in. And then the next year, he took the Indians to a win with Danny McHarris as a young sophomore over Central Regional. That was Chip's first year, I believe.
No, Ken, I don't believe we played Central Chip's first year here.
Down at, no, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm thinking of Lacey when they split.
Look at this kickoff.
You're right, Bill. I think the last game between these two schools was Musselman's senior year on this field.
That's probably it, yeah.
Yeah. I believe it was played in the rain. It was a day game. And I don't think Chip has ever coached against Central.
This is his first game as head coach of South against Central Regional. That's for sure. That first year we played Lacey.
No, wait a minute. No, I think Chip coached 1 year over at Central. Yeah, he did beat Central. That was right. No?
No.
I don't know. It seems to me I remember a game over there at Central Regional.
We haven't played Central under Chip LaBarca.
Okay. Well, the Indians try, the Eagles try to go wide on the pitch to the tailback. And
Pete Lamacella, number 33, comes up from his cornerback position and makes the stop for the Indians.
Holligan was nailed.
Lamacella's one tough little dude. He's only 140 pounds, plays that cornerback position very well.
So we have 2nd and 14, Central's offensive huddle on your screen there. They line up in the I, slot to the near side. They shift 2 backs in the backfield, side by side. Chevalier looks long.
Got hit just while he was throwing the ball.
Incomplete.
Chris Reichel coming in from Chevalier's backside and laid the wood to him that time.
Chevalier, you see the replay here. Chevalier had a brother that was here at Central Regional. Val Chevalier played 3 years for Carmody, was a receiver, and I believe he played safety or defensive halfback for Central. And this is his younger brother stepping into his first start tonight for the Golden Eagles. He had a great game last week.
Shows a lot of potential. He's made a couple of mistakes that an inexperienced quarterback does, but he's come right back and made a big play after.
Screen broken up.
Interference, no.
And that right there to mess that play up.
Chris Reichel, number 58, read the screen perfectly.
The junior linebacker, he was right in the middle of the screen.
Excellent timing.
Watch this on the replay.
You can see great play by the linebacker. Gets it just as the ball does. Strips the ball carrier. Nice job.
Reichel smelled that out beautifully.
Victor Hill was the intended receiver on the screen. Fruio punting. Otis Carney fair catch to 40, and that's it. He has it. So Toms River South takes over. 2:41 left to go in the first half. 14-0 Indians.
Reichel with 2 nice plays for the Indian defense, making like Lawrence Taylor on the one with the sack, near sack anyway, and then sniffing out that screen.
We hope to announce our 1986 Channel 8 All-Star squad on the telecast of the first round of the playoffs next week. So I hope you'll be with us for the Indians playoff action, and we'll have that announcement of that team at halftime and our Player of the Year and Coach of the Year. Last year, our Player of the Year was a Central Regional Golden Eagle. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Pass is incomplete. At the 45, Anthony Terry, the intended receiver, on the coverage was Dean Halstowski, who Halstowski's a familiar name to Central. There was a quarterback named Joe Halstowski. There was a wide receiver by the name of Halstowski. And here's another one playing as a sophomore, number 44, left outside linebacker, Dean Halstowski.
With only 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in this half, and a 14-0 lead, I look for Coach LaBarca to continue to air it out like he did on that first play, because he'd like to put another one in. It's a cold night. It's going to be colder in the second half, and he'd like to break the game open right now.
2nd and 10. South wants a timeout. 2 minutes and 36 seconds of play and a half. I mentioned our Player of the Year last year was a kid by the name of Morris, who played 3 years for Central. He was a running back and linebacker. You remember that name, Bob?
Sure do. Yep.
He was our Player of the Year.
Game a couple of times. Yeah, that's right.
And all right. Yes.
You know, Bob, you're talking about Coach LaBarca here wanting to air it out. His quarterback, Chris Applegate, a 3-year starter, right? The Indians are 21-5 underneath his leadership. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards each of his 3 years. He's already up to 1,232 yards this season.
Does he lead them? What's the all-time record here? Do you know, Bill, at South?
I don't know, Bob, but I got to believe that he's right in there, if not number 1.
2nd and 10. Anthony Terry, the lone back. Applegate fakes to Terry. Collision between Arnold and the intended receiver, LaBarca. Pass is incomplete, no interference on the call. There's Chip LaBarca Jr., number 20.
That was a nice defensive play by safety Kevin Arnold. He was right there as soon as Chippy touched that football.
Our Coach of the Year last year was Ken Snyder of Toms River High School East. Before that, Chip LaBarca had won the award 3 years in a row.
We almost had to call it the Chip LaBarca Award.
So we'll be announcing next week our all-star team, as well as our Coach of the Year and the Player of the Year. The Player of the Year and Coach of the Year receiving special plaques from Channel 8. Applegate is sacked. Nobody was open. And finally, Central Regional got to him. And it's number 47, I believe, Skip Kachi on a sack. Skip credit. Here's the replay. Yep, Skip Kachi, number 47, junior defensive end.
Number 75 in there, too. I think it was 75.
Sure it wasn't 72, Matt Parks. So Toms River South has to punt, 4th and long. Frank Caldwell to do the honors, number 7. Arnold deep, and he won't get near it. Covering Billy Conover. He downs the ball at the 28-yard line. Late in the first half, 1:41 left to play, 14-0. Toms River South over Central Regional.
You know, talking about making that the Chip LaBarca Coaching Award, you know what his record is at South since he started here? He is now 45-11. That's winning over 80% of his football games.
And when he came, he did not find a veteran ball club. He had to build the team.
That's true. And
played a lot of young kids, freshmen, sophomores.
The program was in disarray at the time, too.
Well, there's Toms River South swarming all over.
Chris Reichel once again with help from, I think it was Frankie Caldwell, number 7.
Holligan was really stacked up. Yeah, Caldwell was right there. Caldwell started the year at safety, free safety. Then when Don Clyburn went down with the injury, Frank Caldwell moved over to the defensive halfback position, and Mike Muller moved into the safety position next to Otis Carney. Clyburn was injured punting the football, wasn't he, Bill?
Yes, he was in the Middletown North game. Broken leg.
Stepping up in the pocket, but he can't get away is Chevalier. Billy Conover nailed him. And who has the football?
It's Central's ball. Ball was picked up by
Tierney.
Tierney, number 31, very wisely and alertly.
South coaches had some kind of stunt that time, and Billy Conover, he came hard.
Yeah, they're playing games with the tackle in the end. They're just flipping them. One's coming hard to the outside, the other's looping and coming into the inside. Almost like you'd seen in the NFL with their own, with the four-man pass rush in the NFL.
Little cross stunt, huh?
3rd and 15, and Central will probably let the clock run out rather than try a player here. Let's see, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, that's it. That's the end of the half. Play doesn't count. The end of the half with a score. The undefeated Toms River High School South Indians 14 and the Central Regional Golden Eagles nothing. Bob, you want to recap the 2 scoring plays?
All right, the first quarter score came at 3:51 on a TD pass to Anthony Terry from 1 yard out. It was an 8-play, 3-minute and 2-second drive. It was a 2-point conversion run by Otis Carney to make the score 8-0. At 4:06 in the second quarter, the Indians completed an 80-yard, 14-play drive. It took 4 minutes and 10 seconds on a TD run by Dickerson from 1 yard out to make it 14-0. The extra point attempt by Applegate was no good.
All right, you're watching Clear Television Cable, Channel 8, Toms River, and it's the football game of the week, and Bob Strangia, Bill Rankin, and I'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Bart, your Eagle Home handyman, and I'm proud to tell you that we've been serving our friends in Ocean County for over 35 years. We have 5 stores for your shopping convenience with an Eagle Home handyman at each location. We carry quality merchandise at competitive prices, and we provide service. We do everything from cutting keys and glass to free deliveries, and we'll install many of the products we sell, and we'll always do it with a smile. So come on down to any of our Eagle stores. We'd sure love to see you.
If you have a flair for fashion and an eye for design, then PJ's Shoes is the place to shop. PJ's has the newest new shoes in leather at affordable prices. You'll never find plastic or vinyl shoes at PJ's to cramp your style. Whether it's casual or evening wear, PJ's has the shoe just right for you, and all at under $40 a pair. So walk in style with PJ's Shoes, located in the Brookside Plaza between Vaughan and Washington Avenues on Route 37 East in Toms River. At the Captain's Inn in Forked River, enjoy the shore's finest seafood and roasts at affordable prices. Lunches start at $2.75. Come early and enjoy full-course early winter dinners from $5.50 to $8.95. Regular dinners start at $7.25 with over 50 entrees to choose from. See why weekly specials at the Captain's Inn are the talk of the shore. All day Tuesday, it's Lobster Day. All day Thursday, your full-course prime rib dinner is just $9.95 complete. Top this off with a wonderful view of the river at the Captain's Inn in Forked River.
Hi, I'm Lou Tribino, Vice President of Pine Belt Olds Nissan Route 37 in Toms River. We're new, we're exciting, and we sell cars cheap. For example, this 1986 Olds Calais. Buy for $99.99 or lease it for just $167.83 a month. How about this 1986 Olds Cutlass? Buy it for $12,999 or lease it for $254.98. Hurry down to Pine Belt Olds Nissan, you'll be glad you did.
We are about ready to go with the second half. There you see the captains meeting at center field. And Bill, you know those Indians captains.
That's Brian Hartnett, number 99, and Frankie Dardis, number 61.
And for Central Region, number 76 is John Bouchel. We talked a lot about the two-way tackle. And with him, Dean Tierney, number 31. And Central will receive, going left to right on your screen. They trail 14-0. You're watching Clear Television Cable, Channel 8 in Toms River. And this is the high school football game of the week. I'm Ken Terp. With me, former Toms River South assistant coach Bill Rankin, who still coaches in the Indian baseball program under Kenny Frank, and former Red Bank Regional head coach Bob Strangia. Our director for the second half is John Cappuccino. Mike Redfield is going to work the camera up top tonight for the second half. And also our chief engineer, Steve Fox. Joan Kerwick down in the truck tonight. And we also have Jeff Simons. And we welcome Rob Watts to the team, our production assistant, who joined us, I believe, last week. And we are about ready to go. And Central Regional is dropping 3 deep to return to kickoff. Kevin Arnold once again a deep back, and Chris Applegate will kick off. And the second half is now underway. Arnold fields the ball at the 11-yard line. He's coming straight up the center of the field, cuts to the near sideline, and is downed at the 30-yard line. Good return by Kevin Arnold. George Steinhauser, the assistant coach of Central, said, "We've had real good success this year with the special teams," and keyed on Kevin Arnold as being a big man for Central this year on those returns.
Steve Healy spoke very highly of Kevin Arnold, too. Fine athlete, safety and wide receiver. Mike Kennedy on the stop for the Indians that time.
Kevin's mother is the borough clerk in Seaside Heights. I know her pretty well. Betsy Arnold worked for the borough for many years. Here's Dean Tierney straight ahead, the fullback on the call. And off the bottom of the tackle is number
58, Chris Reichel, once again.
Chris, we mentioned, steps into the starting lineup. He's a junior at linebacker. Russ Thomas having some problems with his Achilles tendon.
First time I saw Reichel was against North, and he really impressed me with some of his play.
Tierney got 4, 2nd and 6 for Central Regional. The young sophomore, Chevalier, is again at the controls. And blasting through there, looking for a first down. Very close comes Rob Holligan. That name's been very big with Rich Holligan, who played some football for Central and pitched on a baseball team, Bill.
Wasn't Holligan the one that threw the no-hitter last spring?
Yes.
Well, meanwhile, this Holligan right here, Robbie Holligan, he's the 3rd leading rusher in the county. Brian Dickerson's number 2.
Central Regional, of course, has had their pitchers over the year. It's been amazing. Jeff Musselman, now in the major leagues with the Toronto Blue Jays, was the all-short quarterback and a great left-handed pitcher for Central. Central's really had great athletes who've played football and pitched in baseball. All right, straight ahead goes Tierney, and he's running hard.
Central's just running a simple dive play or drive play, whatever you want to call it, but they're blowing off that football, and these backs hit the hole as fast as any backs I've seen.
Middle linebacker Ricky Bell. We haven't talked about Ricky tonight. 5'10", 165-pound senior, made the stop.
Yeah, Ricky's a senior. He works hard at it. He's a second-year starter at that position. Quick linebacker.
Toms River South in the maroon or dark uniforms in the lead, 14-0 here tonight. Early in the second half. 2nd down and 4. Holligan looking for the first down, and he has it. So Central Regional just powering that ball. And they've moved it out for a couple of first downs here early in the second half.
Twice before tonight, Central looked like they put together decent drives, moved the ball well, but then couldn't sustain them.
Let me remind you, once again, we'll have playoff action next week on Channel 8, so we'll be most likely here at Toms River South. They should get the home field advantage. Right now, they are rated number 1 in the South Jersey Group 4 bracket. So we'll have it for you. We'll also be announcing our all-star football team that our staff will be picking. Here's another nice run and another first down, possibly. Depends on where they say his knee hit, and that's Tierney.
It's going to be a little bit...
First down. Tackled by Otis Carney.
It's going to be a little bit short, I think, Bill. One official, you can watch the replay, you can see him hit inside on a little counter action. Powers up there for good yards. He hit and rolled. It's 2nd and a foot.
All right, Central in the power eye here. They shift into the split backfield. They have a flanker far side, everybody else in tight. Holligan gets the call, and he's stacked up. Very, very close. Let's see where they put it.
Depends on the spot here.
They've run that play from the left side very successfully, but every time they turn it around and come back to the right side, the Indians shut it down.
They do get the first down, and the ball is marked at the 37-yard line of Toms River South. So Central Regional playing ball control right now.
This Holligan shows some good leg drive for the Eagles.
He's a junior. You got to like the way Gary Carmody has restored the football at Central Region. Brought him a long way after that split with Lacey Township.
Trap play.
Tierney. And Tierney is stopped by middle linebacker Ricky Bell once again, and he picks up about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Right guard, big John Bushell doing the trapping that time for the Eagles. Coach Haley was telling me that Rutgers has shown some interest in Bushell. Rutgers and Villanova also.
Eagles come out, tight formation, wing to the near side. And again, they get some good blocking off the right side.
This time the Eagles trapped with their left guard, Clyde Canup, and they gained about, what, 4 or 5 yards on that?
Right, that's pronounced Canup, Clyde Canup. He's a 6'1", 180-pound senior left guard, number 77. The ball carrier was Holligan. And Central Regional very steadily moving the football here. There's co-captain Bushell up there to see if they're going to measure for the first down for Central Regional. He's going to watch the measurement.
The referee's preliminary signal was 3rd and inches, but Bushell wisely asked for the measurement. It doesn't cost anything. Look at Bushell standing right over the ball.
Inches short. He signals to Coach Carmody. So it's 3rd down for Central Regional, and they have less than a yard to go for the first down. 14-0 is the score. Toms River South.
Central's come from about their own 30-yard line here to the Indian 22.
Putting together a nice little drive here.
Remind you again, our playbacks here on Channel 8 of high school football Sunday evenings and Thursday evenings. I'll give you the times in a moment. Quarterback sneak for the first down. Chevalier's got it, and he's going to have it right at the 25-yard line. First down, Central Regional.
And who do you think he went right over that time for the first down?
Right behind John Bushell. He didn't even look. I thought he'd keep it and go right behind the center because there's no nose guard on the Indian defense, but he just took it and cut right behind Mr. Bushell.
Our playback times on Sunday evening on Channel 8, 6:30 p.m. on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. So looking ahead to next week for that Toms River South playoff action, weather permitting, we'll be bringing you that game on those evenings. Holligan is meeting Mr. Bell quite often here in this series. Picks up 4, 2nd and 6.
You know, in the 4-3 defense, you got to have a good middle backer, and Ricky Bell, he's done a superlative job the last 2 years for the Indians. Once again, on the tackle, Ricky Bell.
Holligan got the 4 yards that time, primarily at a second effort. Double spin. Got a little camera shot of us before Ken up here. And Ken in his overcoat. We're just as cold in here as the people are outside.
This is a beautiful press box, but it is not heated, folks. So, although I think Mike Redfield up top is in a colder situation than we are on the camera.
Gonna have to thaw Mike out.
Chevalier pop pass incomplete to the tight end. They tried that once in the first half with the tight end lined up on the right side. This time they went with the tight end coming from the left side over the middle.
The quarterback, Chevalier, had to wait a little bit because the South defenders were jamming the tight end. He had a little trouble getting out, but the ball was there.
All right, it brings up 3rd down and 6 for Central Regional. This has been a nice drive for the Golden Eagles. See if they can keep it going. Over the center.
Got to come away with something here, Bob. What do you think?
Over the center, Joe Pepe. There was another Pepe, Sam Pepe, that played center for Central. I don't know if they're related or not. Well, Holligan blast behind Canup. And big Matt Parks. We haven't talked much about Matt Parks. He is a junior. He played all last year as a sophomore. He was the 2nd best heavyweight wrestler as a sophomore behind Tim Ryu, the big guy over at Toms River East who graduated. But he's quite an athlete. Matt Parks at left tackle, number 72, 260-pounder. Now, they're going to try a field goal. They tried one early in the game, the first quarter. This is Adam Walsh. He missed the first one. This is from the 25. It's a 35-yard fake. And the end around is going to try to go for the first down. He dives for it, and he may have gotten it. Number 33 was the man with the ball, Victor Hill, the backup tailback.
First down, Indians.
They say didn't get it. So Toms River South will take over. Let's watch the fake here.
Right, you can see the wingback come around. He takes it to the outside.
My first reaction was that he had that first down.
Yeah,
I guess he went out of bounds a little too soon there.
From here, from our angle, it looked like he made it by about a yard, but the people on the sideline threw the down marker down. So when he stretched out the chain, he was short.
George Boss on the sideline really yelling at some of his players on defense for Toms River South. Look at this. Dickerson springs it outside. Dickerson still going, and finally driven out of bounds the 45-yard line of Central Regional. Dickerson almost went all the way to the races on that one, and making the stop for Central, I believe, was John Bouchel, we've talked a lot about.
Here comes the replay. Straight handoff off tackle, the hole's jammed up. Dickerson bounces it outside, and here he goes. Breaking tackles right there.
Yeah, but look at the speed of Bouchel. He was coming full tilt.
Well, we had mentioned earlier Bouchel ran 100 in the
for the track team
200.
down there.
We have an injured Central player down here, and I hope that's not Bouchel.
Bouchel, 205 pounds, and he was moving like a halfback.
Offensive guard and defensive tackle, and he's the best 100-meter man, best 200-meter man for the Central Regional track team, right?
Steve Healy, the assistant coach, defensive coordinator, also coaches boys track at Central Regional. Has quite a program over there.
You know, one other thing on that play, Brian Wilkinson, the offensive right tackle from the offside, all the way downfield crossroads blocking for Dickerson. That shows a lot of hustle.
Looks like we're going to have a long delay here. Let's want to take a timeout. We'll take a break here. We have 5:04 left to go in the third period, 14-0. Toms River South. We'll take a timeout.
It's over there, and he's not in the lineup.
We are.
Baldwin Hammond Music Center is the largest piano and organ dealer on the East Coast. They feature top-of-the-line products at prices that will not be undersold. Visit their showroom and experience for yourself the ear-pleasing sounds of Hammond organs and Baldwin pianos. They also provide private lessons, service, and piano tuning. Baldwin Hammond Studios, Route 37 and Hooper Avenue in Toms River. Why not pass this valuable information on to a friend?
The Movado Museum Watch. The first watch dial design in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art. Now, Movado's Sports Edition watch. Stainless steel, 18-karat gold micron finish, quartz, water resistant. A sportive interpretation of the classic. The Sports Edition watch from Movado.
Available at Corinne Jewelers, 917 North Main Street, Toms River.
Every Sunday, enjoy brunch at Lou's Restaurant. Feast on 12 hot entrees, including linguine with clam sauce, lasagna, stuffed flounder, fried chicken, shrimp and scallop marinara, mussels, and more. Plus, enjoy all you can eat. For dessert, enjoy a wide selection from the Venetian pastry and fruit table. Join Donna and Bob every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for their fabulous brunch. That's Lou's Restaurant, 332 Atlantic City Boulevard, South Toms River. Call 244-9529.
Are you planning your future now? Ocean County College has 13 intercollegiate sports. The sports are cross country, field hockey, volleyball, swimming, ice hockey, baseball, golf, softball, tennis, soccer, basketball. In the past year, the combined record of intercollegiate sports at Ocean County College was 140 wins, 70 losses, the best record in New Jersey. An extensive intramural program as well as many clubs and organizations are also available. For more information on Ocean County College, call 255-4000. Remember that the future belongs to the educated, and Ocean County College is a place where happy endings begin.
It's over there, and he's not in the lineup.
We are back, and they are helping John Bouchel up, who made that stop on Dickerson. He was really shaken up, but he's okay now. He's walking all right. No limp or anything. So great play by John Bouchel, saving a touchdown.
You know, not only do the Central coaches rave about him, but I was talking to Ronnie Emmert, the Southern Regional head coach, the other night about our All-Star team, right? He praised Bouchel. He spoke extremely highly of the young man.
We're having a meeting, folks, to select our All-Star team next week. Steve McGowan will be with us, Dick Patton, and, of course, Bill Rankin, George Jack, and Bob Strange will all be selecting the 1986 Clear TV All-Star Team Player of the Year and Coach of the Year. Here's Dickerson once again to the short side of the field. And he's driven out of bounds, and he got down to about the 36-yard line. So he's very close to a first down. I say 2 yards short. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, we'll call it 2 yards to go on second down. There you see Chris Applegate looking for the play.
You know, the offensive left side of the Indian offensive line has to be doing a job in there. John Whistle at left tackle and left guard Danny Foy, along with center Paul Vecchione.
2nd and 2 play. And Dickerson once again first down for Toms River South.
A beautiful block by Terry that time. There was pressure in the backfield. Terry gave him a great lead block. Dickerson just cut right up behind him.
Mention the size of the Indian front line. Whistle. Here's the replay.
And watch you the great block by Anthony Terry right there. You see it? Dickerson follows him right up. Picks up good yards.
Also, right guard, the offside guard, Frankie Dottis, pulling and leading up through, along with right tackle, Brian Wilkinson.
Whistle goes 193. Foy weighs 171. Vecchione at center, 159. Dottis, 198. And Wilkinson, 190. Not a very big offensive line, really.
No, but they're getting the job done. Team 7-0.
And Ricky Clark, the tight end, goes 168, which is not a bulky tight end. Ricky Clark, a very good receiver, but Toms River South has a great line coach, Vinny Iaculo, and they turn him out.
Vinny Iaculo has performed an outstanding job over the years at South. He deserves a lot of credit.
Of course, Jim Panzini was first-team All-State here at South as a guard playing for University of Pennsylvania now. Quick out, and Chip LaBarca Jr. has it, and he's knocked out of bounds around the 21. So Toms River South threatening again. LaBarca was ridden out. You'll watch this quick out here.
Little Chip LaBarca take it, puts a little stutter step on him. This is going to be one of the best receivers in the shore. He's only a kid yet. He's got 2 more years.
You're right about that, Bob. He's leading the county right now in receiving, and he's also leading the county in scoring. He's got 70 points.
Don Gibson made the stop. We got those twins in that secondary, Dale and Don, both 5'7". 155-pound seniors for Central Regional. That was Don covering on LaBarca. Applegate, he gets around a defender, throws on a run. Touchdown LaBarca.
He finds a way to get open. I'll tell you, and Applegate gets him the ball.
So it's now going to be 20-0. There you see LaBarca, number 20, who caught that pass.
That's LaBarca's 26th catch of the year, and he now has 76 points on the season. The young man can find a way to get open. Here's Chris Applegate on the bootleg action. Wings it downfield. There's little Chippy for the touchdown.
And he got around Skip Kochi, the defensive end, and there was nobody there to put the pressure on Applegate. And Applegate will attempt the extra point. Time to score, 3 minutes and 38 seconds of the third period. Applegate misses again. I mean, Applegate's had some problems with the extra points this year.
He's been somewhat inconsistent, but he makes the big ones. He made that big one last week against East. When the pressure's on, Chris rises up.
So there it is, 20-0 here in the third period of play. So Toms River South in command of this football game. And they win tonight, they would be 8-0 and ready for next Saturday's state playoff action, opening round, South Jersey, Group 4. Looks like Lakewood has a real good chance to compete in Group 3, Bill.
Lakewood's definitely in, and provided they win against Point Borough, I think they're playing them tomorrow. Tonight?
Yes, tonight.
Well, they win that ball game, they'll be the top seed in Group 3. and the home field advantage.
So that would be, I believe, the only two county teams we would have in playoff action?
Donovan has an outside shot, a very slim chance. You know, it's kind of ironic. Here you have South and Lakewood leading the conference, so Thanksgiving Day is going to be very important, right? And both teams have a good shot at being a #1 seed in the playoffs, Group 3 and Group 4.
And that game this year, Thanksgiving Day, will be played up at Lakewood. Of course, last year, Lakewood dumped the Indians, and a big surprise on Thanksgiving Day here.
Yeah, that was a real shocker. Lakewood really came on as the season progressed last year.
George Bassett's done a nice job with the Lakewood program. All right, that's on the far side at the 10-yard line. And Central Regional brings it out across the 25. There's a loose ball. Everybody's rolling around. I believe the Golden Eagles are on it.
That was a good hard run by number 33. I think his name is Hill.
Hill, Victor Hill. He was the ball player on that fake field goal who took the ball on the end around and just missed the first down.
You know, Ken, getting back to the playoffs, I'm really looking forward to it. You got the possibility of Camden coming over here, possible rematch with Pennsauken. There's some exciting football ahead.
Last year, Pennsauken beat the Indians in the first round of the playoffs at Pennsauken. Again, they go to Frulio, the tight end, that quick pass, and that's the first time in 3 that it's worked, Bill. That time they hooked up. Chevalier to Frulio.
Yeah, he was wide open that time. The pass was a little bit low, but Frulio hung on to it for a sizable gain.
The ball.
Here's the replay.
See the little pop pass here. Quarterback drops back. Frulio comes off the line, circles inside, takes the ball. Nice grab. It was a low catch. The ball comes out when he hits the ground here, but the ground does not cause a fumble. He was already down, so the ball stays in the hands of the Eagles.
Otis Carney made the stop, but it's a first down for Central Regional at their own 44-yard line.
Chucky Scott in there for the Indians at defensive tackle, number 16.
Holligan goes in motion. They give to the other back, Tierney. Tierney picks up about 8 or 9. Nice run by Dean Tierney.
Tackle that time by senior Mike Muller, number 10.
Tierney goes 5'7", 165. Certainly not big as fullback standards go, but Central has those compact guys at fullback year after year, all built about the same. Tough little runners.
Boy, they had 2 baby bulls last year in Smith and Morris. They were tough nuts.
Second down and 1, 9-yard gain by Tierney. Holligan looking for the first down. He's got it, and he breaks loose. Holligan's still on his feet. And a real strong run by Holligan. Another first down for Central Regional at the Toms River South 33-yard line.
You know, Ken, getting back to what you were saying about the Central Regional running backs, and here's the replay. The right guard, number 76, John Bushnell, trapping. And there's Mr. Holligan breaking tackle after tackle. He's reminding me of Morrison Smith.
He even ran over one of his own men.
Yeah, he's strong. Not only that, he takes a shot. He's got one of those bodies that he positions his feet, and he distributes the impact of a tackle, and people bounce off him.
He lowers that head and moves those feet. He's tough.
Holligan in motion once again. Flag is on the field. Tierney the ball carrier, no gain, but let's see what the penalty is. May have lost a yard on the play. Flag on the field against Central Regional.
Illegal procedure against the Eagles.
1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Toms River South 20, Central Regional nothing. The penalty is declined by the Indians. 2nd and 11. I'll call it 2nd and 10. I thought they'd lost a yard, but they put it back at the line of scrimmage.
They declined the penalty.
I just did a little quick scratching on my pad here, Ken. Brian Dickerson is 11 carries for 120 yards, 123 yards.
Just about 11 yards a carry. That's not bad.
Again, it's Holligan in motion to the near side. Chevalier incomplete to Frulio, and if he had caught that one, he might have been on his way to the races.
And that was deflected that time by number 58 from the Indians, making a really nice play in there from his
Chris Reichel
from his linebacker spot.
Same play as before. They sent Holligan in motion, tried to loosen up the Indian defense, and tried the little pop pass to Frulio.
Penalty against the Indians.
It's a big one, too.
Could that have been interference on the pass route?
Roughing the passer.
And a first down.
Third big drive by Central, but yet Central still has not been able to put the ball in the end zone. The Indians have had 3 80-yard drives, all 3 for touchdowns.
Chevalier hands off, and that should be Holligan looking straight ahead, maybe a yard.
Let's see if the story runs true here, Bob. The Indian defense bending but not breaking.
You wonder if the Indian defense just doesn't let up a little bit, then digs in, because all 3 Central drives, Central got the ball inside the 20 3 times and then was unable to score. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if they can turn it around.
2nd and 9. Chevalier throwing for the end zone. Receiver was knocked down. And he's looking for a flag, but no flag. The receiver was trying to cut inside, and the feet got tangled up with the defender, and there was no interference call.
The official was in excellent position. The receiver tried to cut inside under the defender into a late post pattern. There was some tangling of the feet.
Skip Burkhart was the intended receiver, a 160-pound senior, number 9.
Pete Lamicello on the coverage for the Indians.
So they just got tangled up, and nobody's fault, and no chance to complete that pass with the receiver down in the end zone. 3 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Central has a 3rd down and 9. Chevalier wants to throw. He's rushed, and he'll be sacked.
Ricky Bell, number 26, from his middle linebacker position with the sack.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. With a score in this football game, the Toms River South Indians 20, the Central Regional Golden Eagles nothing. Bill Rankin, Bob Strange, and I'll be back with the final quarter in a moment.
Rosetto Brothers Disposal and Consolidated Waste Services, the largest in Ocean County. Together with 2 generations and 24 years of experience, we can handle all your solid waste needs. We specialize in roll-off services, front-end and rear-end loaders for large contractors and municipalities, but we never forget the private homeowner. We provide containers for construction debris, fire, and tree removal. In addition, we're always available for a free consultation to analyze your solid waste needs. We strive to provide you with the best service available.
Listen closely. This could be the best time to buy your new GMC truck. Lots of new GMC full-size pickup trucks have just arrived. The hottest colors and options. Plus, check out the new electronic fuel-injected engines now available on GMC trucks. That means better cold starting. GMC truck, it's not just a truck anymore. See your Delaware Valley GMC truck dealer now. Asplund GMC Truck Manahawkin. Pomona Garage Pomona. And Bradford GMC Truck Pleasantville.
Spirits Unlimited has 18 convenient locations in Ocean and Monmouth County. We offer many in-store specials in addition to our advertised specials. All customers are greeted with friendly, courteous service. We carry the greatest selection of spirits, beers, and wines at our everyday low prices. See our ad every Wednesday in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean County Reporter.
This week's special, Barnegat Lighthouse Premium Beer, 24 12-ounce cans, only $6.49.
It's smart to use electrical appliances safely. When using appliances near water, the receptacle should be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter. The GFCI will protect you by tripping if there's a problem. Many newer appliances have plugs with one oversized prong. This polarized plug is a safety feature and should only be used with matching receptacles or extension cords. Dimming lights are an indication of a circuit problem. Take some load off the circuit, and if dimming continues, contact an electrician.
Ready to go with the final quarter here on Clear Television, Cable Channel 8, Toms River, with the Indians of Toms River lead over Central Regional. Central has the ball, 4th down. They pitch to the tailback Hill, looking to throw the ball. Pick. Now it's knocked down
Mike Muller, number 10, knocked it down.
On purpose, so the Indians will get the ball further upfield, as that was 4th down. So Muller, that's the ball down. And Toms River South takes over. Bob Strangia has some stats he wanted to mention.
All right, at this point in the game, the Indians of Toms River South have 22 rushing attempts for 131 yards. And Chris Applegate is 9 for 15 for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we have Applegate and Dickerson, who's got 123 yards by himself, both having sensational nights so far.
All right, the Indians come out first play of the new series, and let's see if they just try to play ball control here or go for some more points. Dickerson. And Dickerson is going to be stopped at the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Our whole crew tonight, we mentioned Bob Strangia, Bill Rankin here in the booth. I'm Ken Terp. Our co-directors tonight, Mike Redfield, and his farewell song to Channel 8 as he moves on to, he got a new job and he'll be going down to the Philadelphia area. We wish him good luck. And Joan Kerwick and John Cappuccino, Jeff Simons, Steve Fox is our engineer, and Rob Watts, our production assistant. The crew on a cold night here in Indian Land. Anthony Terry on the carry.
You know, on the previous play, the one that Dickerson ran, Anthony Terry made one hellacious block on the central outside linebacker, clearing the way for Dickerson.
Indians faced with a 3rd and 5 right here.
Could it be flat pass time?
They have a wide out to either side. And Applegate looks to the near side. LaBarca has it. And he runs out of bounds, and he has a 1st down for Toms River South on the coverage for Central Region number 44, Dean Halstowski. And he had some help from Dale Gibson, number 80. So Toms River South picks up the 1st down.
Here's the replay. Applegate a few steps back, drills it to little Chippy LaBarca, and he gets just enough for the 1st down. Little hook pass.
We mentioned Central Regional having some football players that played baseball, and Jeff Musselman was a great quarterback and pitcher now in the major leagues. But Toms River South Applegate's also a baseball pitcher, quarterback.
He's a fine baseball player. In fact, he wants to play both of them in college if he can.
Applegate in his 3rd year as a starting quarterback of the Indians. Dickerson gets the call straight ahead, picks up a couple of yards, runs into Bouchel and Parks. Matt Parks has played steady game. We haven't talked about him like we have Bouchel. But as I said before, he is a good athlete.
He's a big boy, that's for sure, and he is famous for his wrestling.
Had some great duels last year at heavyweight. Really enjoy watching him wrestle. Matt Parks. Here's Anthony Terry. Terry just dives through the air, and he is very close to the 1st down marker. Maybe a yard or 2 short.
Indian offensive left guard Danny Foy pulling to his right, leading the play that time.
Watch him dive.
Foy with a nice block.
3rd and 1. He's 1 yard short.
You know, getting back to Applegate, Ken, Chris would like to go to a school like maybe a Holy Cross or a Colgate, maybe one of the Ivy League schools, and hopefully he can play both football and baseball.
And, well, the wingback moved there. Let's see if there's a flag. No flag. Toms River South looked like they were, number 24 was moving around a little bit there. And I expected a flag to go up, but didn't see any.
The back can move, Ken, as long as he sets. He's not going towards the line of scrimmage. He's okay.
And I believe it's Marcus Joyner who wears number 24 for the Indians.
Anthony Terry getting up limping, Ken.
You know, you talk about Applegate, and we talk about Musselman, the former Central quarterback in the major leagues. Kenny Frank has an ex-quarterback here that could make the major leagues. He's in the White Sox system. Tommy Forrester, who was Chip LaBarca's quarterback when Chip first started here.
Tommy was a real good quarterback and an excellent baseball player. He played at Birmingham in the White Sox chain.
First baseman, and he is doing well. Well, the Indians get a couple of yards, enough to get the 1st down at midfield.
Dickerson lowers his shoulders and makes those tacklers pay. Football tonight, I guess after having done a fine job last week against East, he's ready to roll.
Slot to the near side. This may be a screen. He's dropping deep. Dickerson can't get out. His own blocker was right in his way. Wilkinson and Central Regional stops it.
Central Regional smelled that play out pretty nicely and stopped it.
They strung it out a little too far, a little too long. Dickerson was into the sideline. There was no place for it to go. Applegate dropped back a little bit faster than he normally does.
5 minutes and 50 seconds, clock running in this football game. 20-0.
You know, if Toms River East should beat Pemberton tonight, the Indians' first-round opponent will be Pemberton next week.
Caldwell, now we have an official's timeout, so we'll take a timeout here with 5:33 left in the game, 20-0. Timeout on the field. We'll be back in a moment. The yard line takes the fair catch. Bob, we just had a big score given in field hockey today. South Jersey Group 3 championship game.
The Central Eagles girls field hockey team won the...
Bob's got more.
Ken,
What a great evening.
Look, I had to tell you, right now, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm a married woman.
That's okay. I'm a married man.
Happily married?
Very happily.
Oh, me too.
Well, happy anniversary.
An anniversary ring of fine quality diamonds, the gift that says you'd marry her all over again.
Available at Corinne Jewelers, 917 North Main Street, Toms River.
I'm Bart, your Eagle Home handyman, and I'm proud to tell you that we've been serving our friends in Ocean County for over 35 years. We have 5 stores for your shopping convenience with an Eagle Home handyman at each location. We carry quality merchandise at competitive prices, and we provide service. We do everything from cutting keys and glass to free deliveries, and we'll install many of the products we sell, and we'll always do it with a smile. So come on down to any of our Eagle stores. We'd sure love to see you.
If you have a flair for fashion and an eye for design, then PJ's Shoes is the place to shop. PJ's has the newest new shoes in leather at affordable prices. You'll never find plastic or vinyl shoes at PJ's to cramp your style. Whether it's casual or evening wear, PJ's has the shoe just right for you, and all at under $40 a pair. So walk in style with PJ's Shoes, located in the Brookside Plaza between Vaughan and Washington Avenues on Route 37 East in Toms River.
Luigi's Italian Deli and Meat Market offers a taste-tempting selection of foods for the entire family. Enjoy Luigi's famous Italian-style veal cutlets and homemade Italian sausage, including imported specialties. In fact, a full line of fresh meats are always on hand for the discriminating homemaker. From the deli, quality Kohler products, plus a mouth-watering assortment of home-style salads. From fresh Italian bread and rolls, milk, butter, and the full line of groceries, visit Luigi's Italian Deli and Meat Market, 424 Dover Road, South Toms River, open 7 days a week.
Bill Wilbert, of course, was a good running back over at Toms River High School North, and he's been an assistant coach here for quite a while, hasn't he, Bill?
Yes, he has, Ken. Old number 39 for the Mariners, Bill Wilbert.
Strong running fullback.
Larry Sonka style.
All right, Chevalier putting it up in the air, and it's picked off. And this could be a touchdown. Otis Carney.
Little high step into the end zone there, Otis Carney.
Get the distance on that, Bill. Anybody see where he picked it off? It looked like it was back on a 25 or 30.
Yeah, right about the 30-yard.
30-yard, we'll call it a 30-yard touchdown. Otis Carney, the outstanding safety for the Indians, picking it off and returning it for the score. Time to score, 5 minutes and 15 seconds of the fourth period. Indian band whooping it up.
That secondary, I'll tell you, he made it look easy that time.
We've seen him do that many times in his career. We said that he was the best defensive back in the show. When the game started, they threw that, they went to the well once too often. Otis was there and picked that one off.
In full stride, no less.
All right, Indians going to go for 2. Applegate to throw it. And it's broken up.
In and out of the hands of
Ricky Clark was the
I think
intended
that's
receiver.
the first pass in 3 years I've seen Ricky Clark drop. That's so unlike Ricky Clark. Unbelievable. I've never seen him drop one.
Score remains 26-0. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet.
I think he was just too open, Billy.
He's entitled to one, right, Bob? I mean, really, let's face
he's been a clutch. He's caught some great catches for the Indians, but it's also gotten pretty cold, and it's a lot of reasons. But I think he was so wide open, he just didn't believe it.
You know, I'll second that.
Wait a minute, we're going to get this play over again, guys.
One thing that Clark does very well is catch it in a crowd.
This time it's going to be, again, Applegate on a run.
To LaBarca.
Overthrown, out of bounds. LaBarca caught it, but he was out of bounds. So
one great catch by young LaBarca. He came in and he just missed dragging his feet inside the stripe, but the official with great position there, official was right on top of it, called him out of bounds.
Oh, wait, let's see now. They're still down that end of the field, Bill.
Maybe. Could it be that Carney did not go into the end zone?
That's what I'm figuring out. We thought we had a touchdown. I didn't see any signal, but the 6 points did not go up on the board. I mentioned that before the last play.
That's what it is.
And that's what it is. Carney was not in the end zone. He must have gone out of bounds. And these are plays from scrimmage now. And this is going to bring up 3rd down for Toms River South and goal. And Steve Healy is on the field talking to the defensive unit of Central Regional, Bob's old assistant coach. He's not really that old.
No.
I didn't mean it that way at Red Bank. And what we had was everybody thought Carney had scored a touchdown.
3 for 3.
And he didn't. So we goofed on that one, folks.
Otis went out of bounds on a
I never saw the official, rule he was out of bounds. This is where we are, folks.
I guess we just figured Otis, touchdown.
Otis went in, raised his hands when he went into the end zone with the ball, signaling touchdown, and we assumed that was it.
It's not as warm as it looks, folks, up here. It is cold, and we're feeling it. So not as much as our cameramen, who are really out in the cold, but it's a very cold night, as I guess we should expect this time of the year. We've been very fortunate as far as the warm fall, though it's been a little wet. Anthony Terry in motion. Applegate again wants to throw. He's being rushed from behind, and he can't get away. Throws on a run, and intended for, well, he's got 2 receivers there. LaBarca was there, and also number 83, Ricky Clark, but it's incomplete. So it brings up 4th down for Toms River South. We may see a field goal attempt.
That's what it looks like.
That play that LaBarca ran there, you very often see teams use that for a 2-point conversion. By sending one back in motion, spreading 3 receivers out, it leaves only the middle linebacker. You go with the play action fake. If the middle linebacker commits, you throw the ball. If he doesn't, you can hand off or throw to one of the other receivers.
All right, it's going to be a field goal attempt by Chris Applegate, the quarterback. Otis Carney is going to hold. Ball's marked at the 15.
Flag on the play.
Up. It's a 25-yard attempt. It's good. Let's see what the penalty's all about. Illegal procedure against the Indians. It will not count.
Take away 3 points and back them up 5.
4:48 left to play in a football game. So the Indians will have to kick it over again. 5-yard penalty.
Well, Chris can certainly make it from here, too, provided he has the accuracy.
We'll be awarding our player of the game plaque immediately following the ball game, so stay with us, folks. I mentioned playoff action next week. We'll be with Toms River South in the playoffs, but we have a Thanksgiving Day game for you. It'll be Lacey and Central Regional, so we'll see the Golden Eagles at home on Thanksgiving morning.
It's hard kicking that cold football in this weather.
Let's get the fake, and it's a direct snap to Applegate.
Screen.
Man is wide open. Stop that fumble. Central Regional has it as they tried to pull the fake to Lamasella on the reception from Applegate. And Central Regional will take over the football. Watch this interesting play.
Billy, you want to talk about this one?
Snapped it right up to the kicker, Chris Applegate. Gets the ball to speedy Pete Lamicella, who enjoys running the football, but he just couldn't quite do it that time. Hey, good call. You're up 20-0. Why not give it your best shot?
Who do you think the fastest guy on this team is? Vinny Muse or Lamicella?
Vinny Muse is the fastest at a 4.6 flat, and then you have Chippy LaBarker and Pete Lamicella right behind him.
All right, here comes Central Regional as they take over. That time they get it out to the 20-yard line, and it was Victor Hill on the carry for the Golden Eagles.
Good
Clock is running.
Run by Victor Hill. That kid was plugging away that time.
Sophomore, and they got a lot of young players in this varsity lineup. And don't forget what I told you before, folks. They have another standout freshman team, the third in a row at Central Regional. And right now, things are looking good for the program at Golden Eagle Land, and they have a 7-0 victory over the South freshmen this morning. And look at this. They get a big first down there. They just
Sam Galloway,
really
number 37, in the game for the Indians, in on the tackle.
Dean Tierney was the ball carrier.
Along with number 49. Here's the replay. Straight handoff off tackle. Kenny Madalena, number 49, in at middle linebacker, and Sam Galloway from the safety position making the play. Nice run by the Eagle running back.
Central Regional operating just short of their own 40. Holligan, the ball carrier, stacked up at the 40-yard line. Clock running, under 3 minutes to play in the football game.
There's steady, reliable number 54, Alan Swain, coming up from the bottom of the pile.
I hear it's going to warm up over the weekend. I hope so.
Everybody expected to see a great performance here tonight by the Indians, and we did. We saw their big play offense. But Central has come in here and slugged it out with them and played relatively good football.
Yeah, you're talking about Central Regional playing the #1 team in the state, and they have not been blown out of this football game.
No, at times they've looked well. They just haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone. 3 times they brought the ball down to the 20-yard line and couldn't put it in.
Well, all year long, they have struggled offensively, but they've had solid defense. They had that tie with Point Borough earlier in the season. And,
I got to second what you're saying there, Bob. The Central running backs showing good leg drive. The score's 20-0. They certainly haven't quit. They're giving it their 100% effort out there.
Oh, we just saw a goal line stand, too, down on the 8-yard line.
We now have 1 minute and 55 seconds left to play. Central would like to get on a scoreboard before this ball game ends. Chevalier throwing the football and broken up at the 40-yard line of Toms River South. Lamicella was covering on the play.
You know, Ken, one thing about Central, they've always had tough kids. They've always fielded competitive football teams. You know, I think the Central kid's a lot like the South kid. They get into the nitty-gritty.
I think one of the keys, though, about turning the program around is if you look at that Central sideline, there are numbers over there. For several years when they were building a program, they didn't have the numbers. But they've had a couple of great freshman teams in a row, and now they've got the numbers, and Central has turned their program around.
Big penalty against the Golden Eagles. That may be a holding penalty, Bill. Personal foul was, and that brings the ball all the way back to the Central Regional 26-yard line.
Fourth down.
Fourth down. They lose a down as well.
Third down.
Indians may get the ball back here.
All right, it is third down and long yardage. You mentioned good freshman teams. You know, Lacey Township's been turning out good freshman teams. John Kilmurray's here tonight scouting for Lacey, and he has another good freshman team this year. They're only lost to Brick Memorial, which also beat Central Regional's freshmen. So apparently Brick Memorial loaded on the freshman level this year.
There's Chris Reichel going into his Lawrence Taylor act again, coming backside to sack the Central quarterback. You know, Lacey Township has a big game tomorrow. They play Manasquan. They still have a shot at gaining a share of the Class B title. Manasquan's tough.
They have a shot, but I've seen that Manasquan club, and that Manasquan club's got a lot of speed. They're going to be very, very tough for Lacey to handle. Vic Caboo, you remember him?
Middletown North.
And Brick before that.
Here's a fake punt. Frulio throwing long, incomplete. And that's going to do it for Central Regional.
Pete Lamicella in on the coverage for South. He wasn't fooled on the fake punt.
So Toms River South taking over the football. Don Gibson was the intended receiver, and it's 1 minute and 3 seconds left. The clock is stopped. Toms River South has the ball.
Interesting question here now. Will the Indians just sit on a lead and run the clock out, or do they have their heads?
We, I think, have made our decision on the player of the game, and we're going to give out 2 awards tonight. Okay. Bill, you want to get ready to head down and grab our player of the game.
Okay, Ken.
Bob and I will wrap it up in the booth, and then we'll be going down for our presentation. On the carry for Toms River South, it was Brian Corbin in the ball game, and he was knocked out at the 17. So Toms River South has a 2nd and 4. Bill Rankin heading down.
Several clean pairs of pants out there. Coach LaBarca's put some new people into the game. Here goes.
That may be a touchdown by Vinny Muse. Muse has a touchdown. 17-yard run for the sophomore, Vinny Muse. And the Indians put icing on the cake here tonight. 26-0. There you see number 41, Vinny Muse, on the left of your screen there. And he will succeed Dickerson as the number 1 tailback most likely next year. Actually, I say tailback. Brian really lines up at fullback most of the time with Anthony Terry back there. But Muse will become the number 1 running threat next year with Terry and Dickerson graduating. Now, let's see what's going on here.
Extra point attempt was blocked by Applegate.
All right, so it's going to remain 26-0 Indians. 49 seconds to go. Our player of the game. We have 2 awards tonight, a lineman and a back. Bob, you want to announce the lineman?
Well, we had some great blocking on the trap plays and straight ahead all night by senior offensive guard number 61, Frank Dardis, 6 foot, 198 pounds, with stellar performance all game from him.
And our co-player of the game is Mr. Excitement for 3 years here at Toms River South, fullback Brian Dickerson, 5'10", 182-pound senior. Congratulations to Frank and Brian. They will receive the player of the game plaques from Channel 8, and we'll have them on the post-game show.
Brian picking up over about 130 yards rushing and a touchdown, and making a big plays all night for the Indians.
We'll try to recap this very quickly, Bob, at the end of the game. Fumble on the return here. Central having trouble.
Fumble again.
They wanted to, I believe, make a handoff, and they didn't do that too well either. So
one of the up people caught the ball and tried to hand it off to one of the backs so he could block.
39 seconds to go in the ball game. As soon as we're done, Bob will go through the recap, and we'll wrap up. So Toms River South is going to go 8-0, and they will be set for the playoffs next week right here at Gulick Field in Detweiler Stadium, most likely. We can't even really say most likely. It depends on a lot of other games who they will draw as their first-round opponent. But Toms River South will have the home field advantage for both the first round, and if they win that, then the championship game on December 6th. I will be bringing you the play-by-play next week. If it goes to a championship game, Steve McGowan will bring you the play-by-play of that championship game December 6th. That's the end of the game. Toms River South 26, Central Regional nothing. Bob, recap the scoring quickly.
Right, the first score of the game came at 3:51 in the first quarter on a TD pass to Anthony Terry to make it 6-0 from 1 yard out. The drive was 8 plays, took 3 minutes and 2 seconds, covering 80 yards. It was a 2-point run by Otis Carney, making it 8-0. In the second quarter, the second score came at 4:06. It was again an 80-yard drive in 14 plays, covering 4 minutes and 10 seconds. The TD was scored by Anthony Dickerson to make it 14-0. The extra point attempt was no good. In the third quarter, 3:38 to go, the third 80-yard drive of the game, covering 6 plays, completed with a 21-yard TD pass to Chippy LaBarca Jr. that made the score 20-0. The extra point attempt again was no good. At 49 seconds to go in the game, sophomore running back Vinny Muse took a 17-yard run to make the score 26-0. The extra point attempt again was no good, as Applegate had some trouble all night long. Ken, final score 26-0. Your number 1 team in the state keeps right on rolling over a very good Central Regional football team.
All right, our outstanding crew behind the scenes, and I'd like to mention them working out in this bitter cold weather tonight. Our directors, we had Mike Redfield directing the first half tonight, and we had John Cappuccino and also Joan Kerwick involved in the directing of this football game. And I also want to mention our chief engineer, Steve Fox, who got everything running tonight behind the scenes. And then, of course, we had Jeff Simons here on the crew, and Rob Watts, our production assistant. So we'll be back with the post game in a moment.
Why not explore the activities provided by Ocean County College, your community college? The Ocean County College Community Education Department offers 90 credit-free courses per semester for personal and professional growth at all ages. The Robert J. Novins Planetarium and the Ocean County College Fine Arts Theater offer many evenings of exciting, enjoyable performances for young and old. Credit courses are available on the main campus as well as 7 extension centers throughout the county. For more information on Ocean County College, call 255-4000. Remember that the future belongs to the educated, and Ocean County College is a place where happy endings begin.
This is the time. This is the place.
Notice the rising prices of Japanese pickups? Instead of the Toyota SR5, I bought a Ford Ranger STX. It's quality built. The Toyota Turbo can't beat Ranger's V6 for power, and the Ford Ranger STX was over $1,900 less than a comparably equipped SR5. You got a yen for better value? Buy the Ford Ranger STX.
Take advantage of your last chance for interest deductions. Your Quality Plus Ford dealer is the place.
That will be 538. Please pull around.
Even people who eat at Burger Chef ride in limos, and stretch limos at that. Donato's limo service makes it possible to go to your special event in style and class, but at a price you can afford. Whether it's to the airport, wedding, prom, or other special event, or even just to take a trip out for a burger. Call Donato's Limo Service to get you there in the style you deserve. Call 244-0840 for reservations.
All right, down here in the field, our co-players of the game, we mentioned Dardis at guard and Dickerson at running back. Frank Dardis, congratulations. We like to single out a lineman once in a while. You guys do a lot of hard work there. Bill Rankin mentioned during the game in the first half, he said Dardis is really opening some holes. What were you doing, blocking-wise?
Well, we were doing basically what we do every game. You know, I was doing a lot of pulling. The guards pull a lot at south. We're trying to get to the outside, and then we figured we could open central up in the middle, and then we could start taking advantage of running inside and some passes. So that's why the guards do a lot of pulling. We're trying to get outside a lot. We usually go outside.
What's it like blocking for Dickerson and Terry that have a lot of speed? Is that a hard job, or do they make it easy for you?
Well, you know it's going to be a hard job when you're going there blocking, but all you need to do is give these guys a little crack and they're gone. And we know you just give Applegate a little time, and he'll take care of things. So we know it's a little easier in that aspect, but you still got to work hard.
What'd you think about Central Regional tonight? We thought they kind of hung tough there, and I thought they played a good game tonight. Even though you guys come in as the #1 team in the state, they didn't seem to be awed by it.
Yeah, well, they came in tough. The defense, we knew they were going to be fired up because everyone gets fired up for South. And a couple missed blocks in the beginning. They gave us losses. We were down in the hole. Then we got started again. And then they put us in the hole again. So we can't take any team lightly. They're going to be gunning for us.
Okay. Frank, we're not going to keep you here long. It's a very cold night. You want to get in and shower. Congratulations to you and all your linemen for the job you did tonight.
I just want to say, Mr. Arkul is probably the best line coach around. He pushes us hard, and we know we have to work hard, and we do it for him.
And we mentioned his name tonight. Congratulations.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I'm going to hold the mic, and Bill's going to ask Mr. Dickerson a couple questions.
Brian, you're having a great year. You looked like you were really charged up tonight. And you get that football, I got to admit, you're dynamite. I got to ask you, Brian, what are you thinking about for college? What are your plans?
The best things that comes.
The best thing that comes.
Best thing that comes.
What do you think for the playoffs? You got to be looking forward to the Lakewood game for the A-South Championship, and then you got the playoffs, a possible meeting with Penn Saucon once again. You might have Pemberton. It could be Cherry or Leicester Camden in the first round. You got to be looking forward to that. You care to comment on that?
I just say we got to work hard because we made a lot of mistakes tonight, and we knew Central was going to come out humming, and we knew we had to execute. That's what it was.
Well, I got to give you a lot of credit. You showed a lot of determination, as you have all season, and you're one fine running back. You're the closest thing to Jim Brown. I said it on the air. You're big and strong up top, and you run with good determination and fine speed. Brian, outstanding performance. I'm happy for you.
Brian, how many plaques do you have now from Channel 8?
Oh, 4.
Over 3 years, you've done a heck of a job. Congratulations. Go get a nice hot shower.
All right, thank you.
Good luck next week. Okay, Chip, come on in here very quickly. Cold night, we want to keep everybody too long, but congratulations on a big win. Bob, I know you have something you want to ask Chip. I'll hold the mic, you do the questions.
All right, Coach, 3 80-yard drives for touchdowns to take control of the game, and your kids were super. Central, meanwhile, got 3 times they got the ball inside your 20 and couldn't score. How do you evaluate your club after a great performance like that?
Well, I think that defensively, Central had a good night. I thought they played pretty well. That's the best I saw Central play. But the thing is, I don't think our defense was very sharp tonight, and I think that our offense wasn't really sharp. It's a good victory, but I just don't feel that it was a polished victory, to be honest with you.
Playoff time coming up next week. Anything special in the works for that?
No, really. We don't even know who we're going to play. We're all going out tomorrow and scouting, so we really don't have an idea. I think there are 9 teams right now.
Chip, you should have a home field advantage, though, after the win tonight, and that's got to be a big advantage to you with the crowd here.
Tremendous advantage to be home. That's right.
Young Chippy LaBarca started a little slow tonight, but came on with 3 or 4 receptions and a touchdown in the latter part of the game, and almost a second one down there in the corner. And you told me he was hurting before the game, yet he looked really good.
Well, what they were doing was they were loading up on his side, and what that did was it opened up stuff away from Chippy, and that's what we started to do. Just when we determined what they were doing, we went away from Chippy. The pass he caught for the touchdown was a pass play away from Chippy. He just found the hole, and he got into the crease. But other than that, we knew what they were doing, but if they're going to overplay him like that, they're going to give us something else, and that's what we took advantage of.
Chip, I want to mention, weather permitting next week, we hope we don't get any rain for the playoff game. We will be doing your game, and we'll be doing it right here, and we're looking forward to that.
That'd be nice. That'd be great, Ken. I know the kids will like that.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Congratulations on a big win.
Thanks,
and
Ken.
A big season so far.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. I got somebody I want to bring in here. Come on in here. We've been talking about this young lady all night long here. We want to get her. I like these cheerleaders, I tell you, and I wanted to bring this lady on.
Hey, Ken, do me one.
Did I tell you she's...
the other girl, too.
Come on here. Did I tell you this lady was tall? How tall are you?
5'11".
5'11" tall. I like the tall girls. I'm 6'3". And what's your name?
Lori Skalski.
And the other lady is?
Katie Nowicki.
And you girls are part of this cheerleading outfit here, and I'm going to ask you, you got a #1 football team in the state. That should make it awfully easy to get the crowd cheering behind you. Does it make it easier?
Yes, very much so.
What do the fans like to work with, and what do the students like at Toms River South? Do you have pep rallies here during the season, or what do you do to make extra spirit?
We have pep rallies, and we started a lot. We sold pom-poms, and we have these Eat Dirt buttons that we sold.
What's the button say?
It says Eat Dirt, we're #1.
Say that again.
Eat Dirt, we're #1, Toms River South football.
All right. You're going to have a playoff game, and we hope we're going to be televising it. Are you excited about getting into the playoffs?
Yes, I hope we win. I know we'll win.
If you do, we'll be doing another one on December 6th, and you'll be playing for the championship. Who's your favorite players? Do you have a favorite?
Not really.
The whole team.
Yeah.
That's
We
good.
don't pick favorites.
Okay. Girls, I want to thank you for coming on. We'll be watching you on the playoffs next week.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, my pleasure. So, I've been keying on those girls all night long. We finally got them on Channel 8. Okay. I want to thank our crew. We want to wish Mike Redfield good luck in his new venture. Mike's moving on. He's been our director, our producer on high school football here on Channel 8. Tonight was his last night. I don't know where Mike's hiding. He's probably trying to stay warm in the truck. So, Mike, good luck. Best wishes in your new job. We're going to miss you here at Channel 8. And Mike's been with us for quite a while. The old gang's kind of been breaking up. Mary Beth Duffy's moved on, and we're kind of losing some of the gang, but they're going on to bigger and better things. And I want to thank all the crew tonight. I mentioned them earlier for hanging in there in this tough weather. We will see you next week, hopefully here on Channel 8. Again, I'll tell you the playback times Sunday evening and Thursday evening, 6:30 and 6 o'clock, and we'll have a playoff game if the weather permits. For Bob Stranja and Bill Rankin, I'm Ken Turp saying have a good evening.
Clear TV Cable Associates.
There you
This
go.
is
That white
Channel
one
8.
right there.
Beautiful car.
Yeah, my dad almost
That'd be
bought
fun
one
to drive.
years back. I wish he had. He never did. If he did.
Good evening. Welcome to News Watch 8. The television documentary Chemical Town, USA has received mixed reactions from the people in places it tried to study in 30 minutes. Jay Krepta reports on who's saying what the day after.
Toms River, New Jersey, a town that has prospered directly as a result of the chemical revolution.
There was enough in last night's public television documentary, it appears, to offend and bother both sides of the Ciba-Geigy debate. Company spokesman Rich Salem said the report contained major omissions and factual inaccuracies from the documentary.
The line, the pipeline built 20 years ago by the Ciba-Geigy Corporation, carries toxic waste from the plant to the ocean.
In their report, they say that we discharge a toxic waste to the ocean. That simply is not true. What we discharge to the ocean routinely passes the most stringent toxicity testing of both state and federal guidelines.
That's a detail the producers did mention later in the program from the documentary.
Ciba-Geigy pumps from 4 to 7 million gallons of treated effluent into the ocean every day through the pipeline. The company believes that the wastewater is safe for release into the environment.
It is the cleanest industrial discharge anywhere in the United States, I believe.
Another point, the company maintains Shelter Cove water contamination is not a result of the 1984 pipeline break.
No traces of the contaminants found in the Shelter Cove neighborhood.
Just for the record, the 84 leak took place where?
At Bay and Vaughan Avenues in Toms River.
That's not in the Shelter Cove neighborhood.
No, that's not.
A point made by the documentary producers during an interview with Freeholder Director and Township Deputy Mayor Joseph Acari.
The chemicals that were found in the water were not used at Ciba-Geigy.
And this statement from the report.
In 1985, the Ciba-Geigy plant was declared a Superfund site. 100,000 55-gallon drums of toxic waste, buried in 2 unlined landfills from 1977, were causing groundwater contamination.
That is a complete misstatement. In fact, we stopped using unlined landfills in 1977, replacing them with double-line secure landfills.
Salem says the company has contacted WNET for time to respond.
That it's very hard to treat such a complex issue as the dumping of toxic waste either in our ocean or anywhere else with a half-an-hour program.
Frank Lavelli of the Save Our Ocean Committee was featured during the program. Aside from the length or lack of it, Lavelli had special criticism for Vicari's remarks on apparent lack of evidence that Ciba-Geigy is responsible for pollution in Shelter Cove.
If he doesn't know that Ciba-Geigy was pumping huge quantities of the products that were found in Shelter Cove back in the early 1980s and all through 1970s when the leaks occurred down in that area, then he ought to ask somebody and find out about it and not make stupid statements as he does.
Another environmental group, Ocean County Citizens for Clean Water, plans to replay Chemical Town, USA tonight at Dover Town Hall. Jay Krepta, News Watch 8.
A New Jersey U.S. Senator has been named chairman of a panel overseeing toxic waste cleanups. Democratic Senator Frank Lautenberg will head the new subcommittee on Superfund and environmental oversight. It's the senator's first chairmanship since his 1982 election. The watchdog panel will report to the full Environment and Public Works Committee. The new panel will oversee the toxic waste cleanup treasury. The $9 billion fund was signed into law by President Reagan last month.
Rosetto Brothers Disposal and
Good show. What's next? Relax and watch some TV. With all those channels by the time you thought your show, it's over. I'll just reach for a look. Me too. Huh? TV Listings Guide. It's your one-stop source for the most complete broadcast, cable, movie listings every week. On what you pay me? TV Listings Guide is sponsored by local merchants. It doesn't cost you anything. The best things in life are free. Now, about my salary. The best things in life are free. Oh, yeah. Pick up TV Listings Guide wherever you shop.
At the Captain's Inn in Forked River, enjoy the shore's finest seafood and roasts at affordable prices. Lunches start at $2.75. Come early and enjoy full-course early winter dinners from $5.50 to $8.95. Regular dinners start at $7.25 with over 50 entrees to choose from. See why weekly specials at the Captain's Inn are the talk of the shore. All day Tuesday, it's Lobster Day. All day Thursday, your full-course prime rib dinner is just $9.95 complete. Top this off with a wonderful view of the river at the Captain's Inn in Forked River.
Listen closely. This could be the best time to buy your new GMC truck. Lots of new GMC full-size pickup trucks have just arrived. The hottest colors and options. Plus, check out the new electronic fuel-injected engines now available on GMC trucks. That means better cold starting. GMC truck, it's not just a truck anymore. See your Delaware Valley GMC truck dealer now. Asplund GMC truck Manahawkin. Pomona Garage Pomona. And Bradford GMC truck Pleasantville.
Rosetto Brothers Disposal and Consolidated Waste Services, the largest in Ocean County. Together with 2 generations and 24 years of experience, we can handle all your solid waste needs. We specialize in roll-off services, front-end and rear-end loaders for large contractors and municipalities, but we never forget the private homeowner. We provide containers for construction debris, fire, and tree removal. In addition, we're always available for a free consultation to analyze your solid waste needs. We strive to provide you with the best service available.
Contact an electrician.
The president of the Town and Country Auto Dealerships in Toms River will have to spend up to 9 months in prison. Bruce Rossmeyer was sentenced today in federal court in Trenton. Rossmeyer had pled guilty to cocaine possession stemming from a massive drug roundup in Ocean County in October of 1985. Rossmeyer must also pay a fine of $5,000. In addition, the dealership will part with $200,000, split equally between the government and for drug education in Dover Township and Hunterdon County. Over 40 people had been rounded up in that early morning drug raid, breaking up, police say, one of the largest cocaine rings operating in Ocean County.
The Toms River teenager accused of killing Barbara Renee Harrison apparently wants his murder indictment dismissed. Today, the lawyer for 16-year-old Sean Millen filed documents charging that improper comments by a grand juror prejudiced the entire grand jury. Therefore, Millen's attorney is requesting the murder charge against her client be dropped. The teenage boy is charged with last November's rape and murder of his 13-year-old neighbor, Barbara Harrison. The body of the girl had been found in a pond near her Fisher Boulevard home.
2 people were slightly hurt in a 3-vehicle accident on Fisher Boulevard in Toms River. A rain-slicked roadway is blamed for the crash, where a pickup truck hit the rear of another car. Its driver, 22-year-old Robin Rush of Forked River, was taken to Community Memorial Hospital along with her 5-year-old son. Police say their injuries were not serious. Rush's car was pushed into the oncoming lane of Fisher Boulevard, where it collided with another vehicle. Its driver escaped injury. Authorities have issued no summonses, blaming Mother Nature instead.
If you really want to solve a problem, most people say you nip it right in the bud. Deal with it before it gets out of hand. Well, it is just this logic that's being used to cope with a problem that steals tens of thousands of lives each and every year.
I push my door lock down. And my seatbelt I pull round and buckle it right over my hips.
And my seatbelt I pull round and buckle it right over my hips.
Hip, hip.
The message is basic, the vehicle ingenious when you consider the audience the movie is aimed at. Children, soaking up some wisdom that officials hope they'll carry with them into adulthood. The Kinder Care Center in Toms River played host today to a masked marvel, Belt Woman, complete with mask, cape, and leotards, spreading the message of do's and don'ts that could one day save their lives. Behind the mask, Belt Woman is actually Marlene Atkins, a highway safety specialist with the State Division of Motor Vehicles. She had high praise for the Kinder Care group.
They're very exceptional, although I find with the nursery school children, they're much more responsive sometimes than the elementary school children. Their mind doesn't seem to be as cluttered with other things, and they really take to heart any message you bring to them, and that's what's really important, is education at this level.
Traffic Safety Officer Rick Pasqualini briefed the youngsters on the perils of talking to and going with strangers, a message they readily understood. Or belt woman told me she believes education about seatbelts is, in her opinion, even more important than the seatbelt law itself in effectiveness. Well, the assistant superintendent of the Ocean County Vocational School System has termed a mass showing in Trenton yesterday a success. Fred Felice says testimony given to the State Board of Education provided some revelations to the group, which is pondering an increase in graduation requirement credits. Felice stresses VOTEC officials are constantly infusing more math and science in courses that already exist.
You give me a good mechanic who doesn't know math. You give me a good building trades person who can't compute and do some basic algebra work. He does it. Our teachers do teach it. Somehow the State Board of Education has to come to grips with, and I suggested a committee of people, come to grips with what kind of math and science could be appropriate for a graduate who's a vocational trade student. And possibly that is the way to go.
120 people from Ocean County made that trip to Trenton yesterday. All are concerned that raising credit requirements could severely cut into VOTEC enrollments, which are shared with regular school curricula.
Hi, I'm Mama Eagle. Our family has been offering our customers quality products at reasonable prices for over 36 years. We serve our customers in a helpful and courteous manner, and our knowledgeable staff is always ready to answer any questions. Eagle Home Centers offer many free services such as key and glass cutting, paint mixing, and free delivery. So visit the Eagle Home Center nearest you and tell them that Mama sent you.
Spirits Unlimited has 18 convenient locations in Ocean and Monmouth County. We offer many in-store specials in addition to our advertised specials. All customers are greeted with friendly, courteous service. We carry the greatest selection of spirits, beers, and wines at our everyday low prices. See our ad every Wednesday in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean County Reporter.
This week's special, Barnegat Lighthouse Premium Beer, 24 12-ounce cans, only $6.49.
Hi, this is Vic Rocky, the manager of your local E.F. Hutton office in Toms River. As we start our 5th year in Toms River, I'd like to take this holiday season to thank all of our clients, our prospective clients, for their confidence and consideration. On behalf of our 17 investment counselors, our entire staff, I'd like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, a happy holiday season, and a prosperous new year.
If you're trying to quit smoking for the day, well, you're more than 3/4 of the way home. The 10th annual Great American Smokeout is being observed today nationwide. We talked to some Ocean County smokers to see how they're making out.
I desired cigarettes after eating and drank water instead.
So how are you doing?
Okay.
Really no problem. I did chew on a straw this morning instead of a cigarette at the coffee shop. So that kind of, you know, is my little pacifier.
What have you been experiencing?
Chewing a lot of gum, eating a lot of ice cream. When I don't think about it, it doesn't bother me. It isn't until something happens, like when I go to lunch and I finish eating, then I want a cigarette.
Anxiety, nervousness. Maybe I've been acting a little animated during the course of the day. But it's only the first day, and I haven't smoked since 10:30 last night, so I suppose this is to be expected.
They say the way to do it, though, is take it one day at a time. I'm saying I'm quitting for today, and then tomorrow, hopefully, I can say I'm quitting for tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and maybe by the next thing I know, it'll be 5 years.
That would be nice. Kissy the Frog and the American Cancer Society personnel were at the Ocean County Mall today distributing literature on smoking, or really how to quit. Superfood Town of Toms River was also there, offering free snacks to smokers who threw their cigarettes away. Cancer Society officials collected a list of who wanted to quit for good. Now, next week, officials plan to make follow-up telephone calls to see how today's participants are faring.
The problems associated with growing old are increasing as the population continues to live longer. One of those problems involves diseases of the eyes. In part 2 of my special report, Eye-Opening Advances in Ophthalmology, I look at 2 diseases which could cause serious problems if not treated properly.
What we're facing is definitely more eye diseases, but it's mostly based on the fact that people are living longer. Certainly the treatments are exceedingly much better than they were 5, 10, and 20 years ago.
And one treatment that most doctors agree has improved is used for glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy. It involves the use of a laser machine. But first, what is glaucoma?
It's a disease which can cause blindness.
There are 2 types of glaucoma. One is called the open angle type and shows few symptoms.
It develops and it progresses slowly, and you lose your field of vision, your peripheral vision, until at a late stage you have tunnel vision, and then you can go to blindness. There really aren't any symptoms.
The second type is labeled narrow angle glaucoma. Sylvia Blum is a victim of that condition.
It didn't feel like anything I ever felt before. It was a deep, intense pain, sort of going in, and it was excruciating, I should say, because my roommate said I kept going like this, it hurt a lot.
Part of the diagnostic treatment for glaucoma involves a visual field test. A computer is used to flash a series of lights across a chart. The patient, seated in front of the chart, pushes a button when he or she sees the lights flashing. The doctor records the information as part of the diagnosis of the patient's central and peripheral vision. Any loss of vision may be an early glaucoma warning. The disease may be treated with eye drops, a laser, or surgery. Another serious eye disease is diabetic retinopathy. As the name suggests, people who suffer from diabetes, a blood sugar regulation disorder, may become afflicted with retinopathy.
Diabetes is the most common cause of preventable blindness in this country.
This Berkeley Township man who has diabetes recently scheduled an appointment with his eye doctor.
I was telling him I need new glasses. I couldn't. He says, well, Mr. Graham, it's not your glasses. He says your diabetes is catching up with you.
What it does is it causes abnormal blood vessel formation on the retina, which is like the film in a camera. And what it does there is, if you get these abnormal blood vessels forming, they can lead to hemorrhaging in the eye. They can lead to detachments of the retina. They can lead to swelling of the retina, so it affects your vision.
The most significant treatment for retinopathy involves the laser. After the patient is seated, the doctor fires the laser beam in order to burn out the retina. The light beam helps seal the leaking vessels in the retina, forming tiny scars inside the eye. The scars reduce the abnormal blood vessel growth and help bond the retina to the back of the eye.
It was beautiful. The colors were gorgeous. No pain, no nothing. And right after that, it didn't hurt anymore.
It's been helping me. You see him better than before. It's been helping me. I can't wait until I'm finished, and maybe I won't need glasses, but I don't think so.
Tomorrow, in my final part of the segment, I'll examine dry eye syndrome and the future developments expected in ophthalmology.
Hi, I'm Lou Tribino, Vice President of Pine Belt Olds Nissan Route 37 in Toms River. We're new, we're exciting, and we sell cars cheap. For example, this 1986 Olds Calais. Buy for $99.99 or lease it for just $167.83 a month. How about this 1986 Olds Cutlass? Buy it for $12,999 or lease it for $254.98. Hurry down to Pine Belt Olds Nissan, you'll be glad you did.
Now there's a way for you to look better. The American Plastic Surgery Center specializes in cosmetic surgery for both men and women. So if you're considering cosmetic surgery of your face or body and would like a board-certified cosmetic surgeon, call us. At the American Plastic Surgery Center, your consultation will be confidential and our fees are affordable.
Consultation, call 1-800-344-FACE.
Are you planning your future now? Ocean County College has 13 intercollegiate sports. The sports are cross country, field hockey, volleyball, swimming, ice hockey, baseball, golf, softball, tennis, soccer, basketball. In the past year, the combined record of intercollegiate sports at Ocean County College was 140 wins, 70 losses, the best record in New Jersey. An extensive intramural program as well as many clubs and organizations are also available. For more information on Ocean County College, call 255-4000. Remember that the future belongs to the educated, and Ocean County College is a place where happy endings begin.
Even people who ride in limos stop at Burger Chef in Pine Beach. And even people who ride in limos like the speed, quality, convenience, and yes, even the price to be found only at Burger Chef.